And we are live! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Savin's World. My name is Savin, and I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me today. Oh, now look at this. We got a storm rolling in. Oh, man, that's foreshadowing what's to come. Oh, oh, I love it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me today. We're gonna be streaming, playing a little 7 Days to Die, and as I promised you, we are going to be talking about Rings of Power Episode 2. Before we jump into that, just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a heads up on what to expect from Savin's World here in the not-too-distant future. So this week, I released my my video discussing the water update. I have mixed feelings about it, but there is one thing that really annoyed me, so definitely watch that video to see that. And then this Saturday, I will be wrapping up the Infected series. So the season finale of the Infected is tomorrow. So definitely check that out. Next week, I will be wrapping up the Strength Only Challenge. That will be probably Monday's episode. And then Wednesday, I've got another special video that was suggested to me by a very good friend. And might actually see these people, actually a couple of people. They might actually see them here in the chat a little bit later on. Hopefully they'll join us for the stream. So be on the lookout for that. And then as for the members only series, I have not forgotten about that. I will be getting that back up and running here soon. But because I am, it took having the Rona really kind of kicked my butt and really put me behind with regards to YouTube videos and that kind of thing. So it's taken me a little bit of time to get back on track. A lot of long hours and late nights trying to get myself back on schedule. And I think by next week I should be back on schedule and good to go. So yeah, that's what to look forward to. Oh, and next week I am going to be doing a discussion on the new water update, as well as the video that I have coming out next week. We'll basically talk about, we'll discuss the Strength Only Challenge. We'll discuss the water update. It'll be a nice chill stream, kind of like this one, although hopefully I will be able to focus a little bit more on gameplay while we discuss those issues. So yeah, well, that's what you guys have to look forward to coming up. I hope you guys enjoy. Like I said, I'm trying to get back to OG Savin's World, what we really founded this channel on. I want to get back to that. So that's going to be the idea moving forward. So real quick, let me jump into chat. Delama, good to see you, man. Welcome to the stream. Bad Boy, welcome to the stream. And Rosiel, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Bad Boy asks, what do you think is the best build? Personally, I don't think there is such a thing as the best build. There are multiple builds that are highly effective. That's, I guess I would put it that way. Multiple builds that are highly effective. It all depends on your play style. What you find fun, what you find enjoyable. That should determine the points or the attributes that you go into, the weapons that you use. Because some people like the smash mouth in your face combat, like the steel club offers, and some people like to keep their distance, so you might want to go with a rifle or a bow and arrow kind of build. So it would all depend on your play style. That would be my answer to that question. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as promised, I am going to be discussing episode 2 of The Rings of Power. If you missed episode 1, my episode 1 discussion is available on Savin's World Live. You can check that out, get caught up, and hear my thoughts on episode 1. I am going to touch on a couple, at least one thing that I missed from episode 1. We'll take that, and then the rest of the stuff can go bye-bye, because it is kind of a little important to episode 2. So I'll touch on that a little bit. Excuse me. Hold on, real quick. Okay, there we go. So I will be touching a little bit on that. But if you want to see the full review, you can check that out on Savin's World Live. I'm. Let's see. Where am I going? I might just teleport to the trader. So, guys, this will be the last review that I do on this channel for Rings of Power. I'm done with this show. I'm done with it. And I will explain why at the end. Also, guys, if you haven't seen it and you, for some reason, decide that you want to see it, episode 2, you may want to go watch it first and then come back and watch my review, because I'm not holding anything back. This will be a spoiler-heavy review. Spoiler-heavy review. I'm going into specific details. I am not holding anything back. So if you want to avoid spoilers, then this may not be the stream for you. So, fair warning, letting you guys know. That is what to expect. Oh, a blue bag. Nice. What do we got? Is there anything? Oh, I can take that. And the rest of the stuff we'll just get rid of here. Let's see. Kyle, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining. All right, guys. So, before we get into episode 2, my last review... Okay, first thing, it was a little all over the place, a little disjointed. I was going by rote. I was going by memory. I didn't... I had only watched the episode once, and I was trying to remember all of the bad stuff, and I missed a lot, but I think I gave you guys a good general outline of what the show was. But one thing that I did mention frequently was that the writing was horrible, that they kept using flowery, pseudo-intellectual language, right, in order to give off the appearance that they are intelligent writers, when in actuality, what they had written is utter nonsense. Absolutely nonsensical crap. And I got to thinking, okay, because I gave examples of that were directly from the show, but I was inspired this morning while I was making my breakfast. I had a stroke of inspiration, and I decided to jot down something that I think would help to hammer my point home. So let me give you an example of the bad writing. Okay, so here's what I jotted down this morning. Now, oh, cool, we made it to Jen. Excellent. So here, let me read you this. Let me read you this little sentence that I wrote that will explain what I mean by flowery pseudo-intellectual language designed to give off the appearance of being deep and meaningful, when in actuality it is utter crap. It's nonsense, and it means nothing. So, I wrote down, let me read you this line. And I'll try to read it in the style that they do. I can't. I'm very bad at accents, guys. So I will try my best. But yeah, here we go. All right. Here's what I jotted down. The preserves of the fruit spread far and wide atop that which was made from the harvest of Mother Earth, ignites the senses and fills the soul with music and joy. So that was my inspiration from this morning when I was making breakfast. So my question is, what did I just say there? Jelly on bread is yummy. That's all I said. That's it. That whole flowery bullcrap pseudo-intellectual line that I just wrote and that I wrote this morning and I just read to you guys. All that line says is jelly on bread is yummy. That is an example of almost every line written in this show. It is that crap. Total crap. And again, guys, like I said last time, I was all over the place. I was a little disjointed. I was going by memory. So this time, I wanted to approach this a little bit better, more constructed. So I bit the bullet, and I went back and rewatched episode 2. And I took notes. It took me 4 hours, I think, to get through episode 2, and I couldn't do it all in one go. I had to take breaks because it was painful trying to get through it. So yes, I am going to. I'm a little better prepared for this review than I was the last one. But real quick, let's go in. Let's grab a quest. Let's see. I was going to watch it, but if it's woke, I don't think I will. There are, yeah, it's bad. I mean, whatever you want to call it, it's just bad all around. Instead of doing a 5, let's do you.
Always looking.
We'll do a quality or tier 3 fetch and clear here. Yeah, whatever word you want to use to describe it, I just call it bad. It's bad on so many levels, just so many levels. What is a build you would recommend? Again, it depends on your playstyle. Do you prefer up close and personal? If that's the case, I would recommend going strength. Do you like the ability to keep the zombies at bay? If that were the case, I would suggest a rifle. If you want to go the sneaky route, you'll want to go agility. So yeah, it all depends on your playstyle and what you find fun. All right, so as we head to the site of our quest, Anthony, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining. Excuse me. All right, we're going to jump right into this. Well, not jump right. Oh, I got to go through here. Not jump right into it because there's something I want to touch on. I gave you guys my example of the flowery crap pseudo-intellectual language that means nothing. The example that I thought of this morning. Let's see. Beat her melee. Hold on a second. I've got to. I don't know why, Rosiel, that they flagged your comment, but oh, darn it! I hit the wrong one. Sorry, Rosiel. For some reason, YouTube flagged your comment like it was inappropriate. I'm guessing because you put beat her in there. I don't know. And I meant to hit show it, but I accidentally hit hide instead. So you haven't been banned or anything, so you can retype that comment. If you retype that comment, I'll make sure that it goes through. So yeah, sorry about that. YouTube is weird sometimes. So yeah, okay. You're talking about Grace. I could go back and smack Grace in the face with my club. Maybe we'll do that on the way home as when we turn this quest in. All right. So yeah, like I said, I gave you guys my flowery language, my example of the bad writing that is like throughout Whoa! Where'd you go? Come back here. You jerk! Hey, buddy. How you doing? You did. Okay, keep going. But I did want to touch on something I missed in episode 1. So, again, guys, spoiler warning. Heavy spoilers. I will be spoiling everything. So, keep that in mind. But in episode 1, I forgot to talk about Gil-galad and Elrond. Their little conversation where Gil-galad comes off as completely duplicitous. He admits that, yes, he knows that Sauron is still out there. He knows that Galadriel's right, but he sent her away anyway. Just comes off as completely duplicitous. I do not like the representation of Gil-galad in this. It's they do not capture. I mean, they don't capture any of the known characters as they are known in the books at all. So he's just another example, and he introduces Elrond to Celebrimbor, which is Celebrimbor's story in the books is tragic. It's heartbreaking. But this dude looks like he's 50. Elves age to about 30, between like 30, 35, and then they stop aging, right? So why does this dude look like a grandma? In fact, I dubbed this dude Grandma Brimbor because he just looks old. And it says you're going to be working with Grandma Brimbor in the future. Go away and help this dude. So that's something I missed in the first episode that I wanted to point out, because it was kind of plays a role in this second episode. So now we're going to go ahead and jump right into episode 2, guys. Hold on a second. Let me wet my whistle. Oh, this is going to be painful. Okay, here we go. So when we last left Galadriel, Gil-galad and Elrond together look like Beavis and Butthead. Yeah, they do. That's a very good comparison. So when we last, at the end of episode 1, Galadriel decided to make the brilliant decision to jump off of the boat in the middle of the ocean. She decided, I'm going to commit suicide. I don't want to go to paradise. I'm just going to commit suicide. Which makes no sense, because in the lore, when elves die, they're basically reincarnated in Valinor. So the boat that is taking her to Valinor, she would have ended up there. Her brilliant plan was to jump into the ocean and swim back to Middle Earth, which, no way, that's suicide. She would die and ultimately end up in Valinor. So it was meaningless. It was pointless. She would have ended up in Valinor anyway. Anyways, I'm already getting off topic here. So yeah, remember nighttime. It was nighttime when Galadriel jumps off the boat and starts swimming in the ocean. That's important to remember. All right, well, let's get in here while we're chatting. So the episode 2 opens up with female Frodo and female Sam talking with fake Gandalf. And fake Gandalf is down in the pit. He has just fallen from the sky. There's the big fire. There's fire all around. Female Sam accidentally pushes female Frodo into the fiery pit with fake Gandalf, and the whole thing just looks ridiculous. So, female Sam, accidentally pushes female Frodo down the pit, and she goes. It's hard to explain, but she has her arms stretched out in front of her, and she kind of bends her knees like she's squatting. And while the entire time, and then until after female Frodo falls down into the pit, female Sam literally just stands there and holds that pose. Totally unnatural. I mean, it makes no sense whatsoever. It's absolutely ridiculous. And it actually made me laugh. Not laugh as in, haha, that's funny, but laugh as in, haha, that's so stupid. And then female Frodo finds, it's like, oh, the fire's not hot. They're alluding, or they're kind of going back to the first episode when Galadriel says that there's no warmth. It's so evil that there's no warmth coming from our torches and some crap like that. Ooh, birdies. I see you, birdies. Yeah! Time for some birdie baseball. Come on out. Come on, wake up. Oh, oh, ah! Ha ha! Now that was a good one. I got a lot of height. I didn't get a lot of distance. Got it. Did. Did I miss? Is it down here in this room here? Oh man, I might have missed it. We might have to go back and get the supplies. That's okay. All right, so let's see. I do not think the Meteor Man can be Gandalf. In the books, it is said that all mages came to Middle-earth by sea, but Amazon already shore canon, so who knows? Yeah, technically you're right. Yes, it cannot be Gandalf. It cannot be any of the Astari. But I don't think Amazon really cares at this point. They lied to us for 8 months saying that, they were heavily... They always, whenever they had a question, they always went back to the book, back to the book, back to the book. No, they didn't even... I mean, the books have nothing to do with this show. Nothing. Ah! Wake up. Come get me. Hello, soldier. Hello. You dead? Alright, let me loot this bad boy here. I will take you, and the rest of this can go bye-bye. Alright, there we go. We will continue on. So, yes, female Frodo falls down the hole, and she has the brilliant idea to poke the half-naked man who just fell from the sky in the face. Just pokes him right in the face. Stupid. Fake Gandalf wakes up, screams, the fire goes out, female Frodo screams, fake Gandalf passes out, and the fire returns. Really, so guys, there's a theme throughout this episode. This is boring. It is so boring. Nothing really happens in this episode. It just, the dialogue is crap. I don't care about any of the characters. None of the characters are likable. It's just utter garbage the entire time. Hello? Oh, I hear ya. Where you is? There you is. You dead. Oh, she got a head in. Oh, he wasn't dead. No. Bad. No. Go away. Hi, Arlene. Bye, Arlene. We got it. Alright, up we go. Oh, let's get to the right side of the ladder. More birdie baseball? I don't see any. Alright, so it looks like they are in here. Okay, let's keep on rolling with this crap show. Where do we go here? Oh yeah, another theme throughout this show, guys, is they do a lot of telling and unnecessary telling instead of showing. Another sign of bad writing. You don't have your characters constantly telling other characters their character traits. That's stupid. It's just, it's ridiculously bad. And it is throughout this episode. Throughout both episodes, really. Let's see. Everything in Middle-earth and Kelly, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining. It's good to see you both. I certainly know that if I need something from a host that already doesn't like me, the best thing to do is demand and threaten them. Nice one, Galadriel. I don't know what that's... I don't know what that's in regards to. Maybe that happens in episode 3. I don't know. Yeah, but you're right. I mean, the point is correct. Yeah, Galadriel, Guy Ladriel, Warrior Princess. That's what I refer to her as. Shannon, good to see ya. I'm so glad you both were able to make it to the stream. Thank you very much for joining. So yeah, she is the absolute worst character in this. She is completely unlikable. She's insufferable. She's just awful, awful, awful to everyone all the time, and it does not make you root for the character when you portray the character as such a unlikable individual. I mean, completely unlikable. There is nothing likable about how they portray Galadriel in this show. Nothing whatsoever. Nothing at all. Ooh, snickety snake. Oh, got it. There we go. All right. Supplies. Are you hiding them? Nope. They hiding in here? It says they're right there. Am I just missing a false? Did I miss it? Is it on the other side? Oh, he's hiding them. Okay. Well, let's get these supplies. There we go. There we go. I may give credit to the writers if they decide to make the Meteor Man a Balrog and kill all hobbits. After all, hobbits are not supposed to be in Region in the Second Age. Yes, very true, Rosiel. If they do make the Meteor Man a Balrog, that would be hilarious. Yeah. Oh, and I have a little theory that we'll get to a little later regarding a Balrog, of which there are no more than 7 in Middle-earth. Tolkien said there's as little as 3 and as many as 7. So possibly, it could possibly, but yeah, you're right. I have no faith in this writing team whatsoever. It's so bad. Okay, so now, excuse me. So again, yes, constantly telling instead of showing. That's a theme throughout this entire show. We go back to, where am I here? Oh yeah, back to it's community theater time again, guys. We're back to the Harfoots, the Hobbits. Harfoots are Hobbits. Ugh, no matter how much they try to say otherwise, Harfoots are Hobbits. They are. Just, hi buddy. Sorry, didn't mean to wake you up by smacking. Oh yeah, I did. That's a lie. I totally meant to wake you up by smacking in the face. All right, stop it. Stop it. Come running at me. All right, so we got Buzz here. Ooh, we set him on fire. And we got a couple in here. You know what? Let's help him out. Here, I'm helping, guys. All right. Quest done. We could loot all the goodies, but this is my testing world, so I really don't need to. Let's get out of here. Head back to... Where's the exit in this place? There's got to be like a... Or a secret... Oh, there it is. Button. Oop, hit the wrong button. There we go. All right. Yeah. Huh? And we're out. Oh, doggy! Doggy! There we go. All right, Mo. What'd that pillar ever do to you, bud? Okay, we're out of here. So on the way back, we'll make a pit stop and smack Grace in the face with our club. In fact, there she is right there. That's her POI, at least. Let's head on back to the back. Smack Grace in the face with our club. Okay, where we at? Where did I leave off here? Oh yeah, back to community theater. The Harfoots are they're awful. The overacting, stupid dialogue. Um, okay, so they get into it, and then we go back to female Frodo, female Sam, and they're trying to hide Meteor Man, right? So they've got him in a cart, and they're dragging him along, and they're talking about things that they should not have any knowledge of, right? So they portray the Harfoots as very reclusive. They hide from the outside world. They do not engage. If they see a stranger or see any, they hide. Yet they have all of this knowledge. All of this knowledge of elves and dwarves, elves and dwarves and men. And it's like, oh, hey Grace, how are you? Good to see you. I'm gonna smack you in the face a little bit. Oh, you fell down. Here, get back up so I can smack you some more. There we go. There's another one. Another good smack. And you did. Oh, man. I love it. And why on earth does Grace give you good meat? She's clearly radiated. But somehow she gives you meat that you can actually eat. Okay. Whatever. All right. There we go. There we go. Smacked Grace in the face. Let's get out of here. Let's head back to the trader, turn in this quest, grab another one, and we'll continue our discussion here. All right. That away. All right. So as we're running. So, yeah, they are extremely reclusive. They're hiding from the world, yet they know all about the other races of Arda. It makes no sense whatsoever. So, again, we get back to more crappy dialogue of telling about a character instead of showing through the character's actions. Female Sam says, this is not an adventure, Nori. We get it. She's adventurous. She's a rebel. She doesn't follow the rules. We get it. And then female Frodo says, I did not go looking for this. Yes, you did. You literally went looking for this. Sorry, I'm reading my notes while I'm running around this the trader compound here. I think I ran right by the door and did a complete circle around the building. She literally went looking for this. She saw the meteor land, and she could have been like, okay, nope, time to go the other way. No, she literally hoofs it to the meteor site. She literally went looking for this. The dialogue makes no sense whatsoever. She obviously went looking for this. And they're arguing. They put the wheelbarrow down, and oh no, fake Gandalf goes rolling down the hill. And female Frodo's like, oh, hurry, we gotta catch it. And female Sam's like, yeah, we gotta catch it. And then female Frodo's like, yeah, he could get hurt. We gotta save him. And she's like, no, I'm talking about the wheelbarrow. Like she has more concern with the inanimate object than she does with the living being. It's meant to be funny, but it was not funny at all. It was just stupid. So then we cut to them trying to hide fake Gandalf in a cart. And this society, they're supposed to be masters at hiding and blending into their surroundings, right? They do the absolute worst job of hiding fake Gandalf. They put him in this cart. He's obviously he's much taller than they are. So his feet, she puts this thing down, and his feet are just sticking out of the bottom of this cart. Just obviously sticking out. Does she put something over to cover the feet? To hide the feet? No. Nope. She just leaves him there with his feet sticking out. How did these hobbits remain hidden for so long if that is the best that they can do, disguising and trying to hide an individual. It makes no sense. Then we get back to female Sam and female Frodo talking, and female Sam's like, why are you doing this? Blah, 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 blah. She says something about fate. Honestly, guys, I am bored. I am bored at this point, and we're only a few minutes into the episode. It's so boring, not compelling. It doesn't draw me in at all. It is, just painful to watch. Patrick, welcome to the stream. Not sure if I welcomed you or not, but thank you very much for joining. I may give credit. Oh, I read that one. Dang, old Zed's getting some waxing. Yep. You know, you gotta be able to take as good as you give, right? So yeah, I smack them in the face. They smack me in the face. It's kind of our thing.
Amazing.
All right, what do we got?
How do you like your reward?
I don't really care. Give me that, and I'll take the painkillers too, just because. All right, let's grab another job. Maybe let's do a quest tier 4. Oh, they're all clears. Let's do this one. Ooh, the courthouse.
Oh, I would kiss you, but
All right, let's roll. Let's keep going. All right, so now we cut away from the hobbits and back to the fake Legolas. And what I'm going to refer to here, so they pushed this as like a forbidden romance story, and I don't get that at all. There is zero chemistry between fake Legolas and the chick, the healer chick, who I'm going to be referring to side chick from now on. The storyline makes no sense. There's no chemistry. I don't care about either of these characters. They're boring. I mean, the elf dude, fake Legolas, is one of the more well acted characters, I guess. But honestly, he's basically just a plank of wood throughout this entire show, or the first 2 episodes that I've seen so far. Does not know how to emote. It's just, it's like watching a plank of wood talk. That's what it. Like, picture in your mind, whoa, darn it. There we go. Another error message. Yeah, picture in your mind a 2x4 that's talking to you. That's pretty much how I feel about him. He's just uninteresting. Don't care about either of them. And the writers, the storytellers give me no reason to care. And I don't believe for a second the love angle they're trying to push. It's actually... Whoa. Nope. Oh, wow. Okay. We may have a problem. Yeah. The POI did not render. This could be, well, let's head in and see what we got. This could be interesting, guys. I heard the new, I'm not going to call it that, Rings of Power royally sucks. Yes, it does. It is not Lord of the Rings. I refuse to call it Lord of the Rings. It is anything but Lord of the Rings. It's trash. Absolute trash. Hey, bud. Here. Let me help you out here. There we go. There we go. Come on out, buddy. How you doing? You did. Hello. Come on up. You get a smacking. You get a smacking. Anybody else want a smacking? Oh, I see another red dot. There's somebody else who wants a smacking. Oh, it's Marlene. Hey, Marlene, do you want a smacking too? Here. You can have that one. All right. Oh. I see more. Hey, guys. Bo, how you doing, man? How you doing? Good to see you. Ron, nice. Bye-bye. Bye, Bo. All right, let's keep... Oh, no. Don't you dare. Trying to spit in my face. It's rude. Stupid cop. Stupid zombie jerks. Okay. That was good. Let's see. Move over and a shaker. Or mover and a shaker. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining. TT Watt, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining. All right, guys. As I continue through this broken POI, let's get back to talking about the broken, crappy TV show that is Rings of Power. Yeah. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to, maybe? I'm supposed to go down this way and then up, but, yeah, okay, here they come. All right. Yeah, this is all broken. Oh, this is broken. He's dead. Okay. Sorry about all flashing and flickering, guys. POI is, we're having a little some issues. Hey, Arlene, how you doing? Good to see you. Hey, buddy. Good. Oh, swing and a miss. Good to see you. Man, I guess it makes getting to these zombies easier. Hey, guys, there's right back here. You can just do this. Whee! See? Nice little hop and you're out. Yeah, this might be interesting. Oh, so, yeah, and the zombies are, oh, smacked him in the wiener. There we go. This is where you're supposed to maybe go. Maybe I can get up to the next level here. Maybe. Like, are the zombies gonna? Oh, there's more. There's more down there. I think they spawned in midair and fell down. Oh, this is really broken. What are you doing, lady? Oh, this is awesome, guys. Oh, you gotta love this game. You gotta love it. Okay. Let's see. What did I see? Or what I miss here? It looks like I picked a great time to come in. Yeah, I think any time's a great time, but yeah, we're discussing episode 2, Rings of Power, which was bad. Oh, Asmo, how you doing, man? What's with the flickering? Yeah, I started the quest. Well, first, I got an error message when I was approaching the quest. Then I started the quest, and yeah, this is what we got. Got more error messages, and yeah, here we go. So I'm gonna see what happens. We're gonna do our best to see if we can complete this quest or not. Oh, look at that. Yeah, we'll do our best. I don't think it's gonna turn out well. Are we going to be able to even... Oh, there we go. There's more. There's more. Oh, Marlene? Here. Here. Oh, I'll help you. Here, come on. There. Okay. It didn't want to disappear. Oh, this is a mess, guys. This is a mess. Hey, buddy. Okay. Well, we've got a way up. So now this is the Tom zone. All the businessmen will spawn. And you did. And they did. There we go. Oh, we got one more. Tom, you fell down. Tom fall down, go boom. That was timing. That was timing, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. There we go. All right, where was I? So yeah, we're back with fake Legolas and side chick. Yay! Storyline I do not care about at all. The characters I do not care about at all. The love story that I do not buy for a second. Oh no, I fell down. You know, parkour is awesome, but sometimes times it can be a detriment. Why did I jump? I think I can just walk right through. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so let's see. Boom, boom, boom. They finally reached the village. It is. So remember in the last episode, they had to check out there was the cow that had black goo for milk, and yeah, so they had to go explore to the east, or yeah, was it to the east? Yeah, I think they had to explore where the cow was to see what was going on, and they reached this village, and it has obviously been attacked. I mean, it's obvious, it's clear as day. All the buildings are burnt to a crisp. They go in, they walk into the village, and the first thing they say is, this must have been a ground shake. Which makes no sense whatsoever. It's obvious that the place had been attacked by something. Like, I mean, it's clear as day. Can I make that jump through there? Yeah. Whoop. Hey, bud. Is there somebody down there? Or is he up? He was up. Oh, that was awesome. Are you gonna come get me, buddy? Can you reach me? Am I gonna have to go back down to get you? Well, we'll continue on, and if he makes it to us, great. If not, yeah, back here. Okay, and let's keep on rolling here. I think I'm supposed to go out through here. Let's go back down and let's find this dude here. Where you at, buddy? Where you at? Did you fall all the way down? Yeah, there you are. Hey, bud. You did. Okay. So, yeah, it's obvious this village has been attacked. Them saying, oh, it's a ground shake makes no sense whatsoever. Let's see. Okay, because guys, this is why I say it makes no sense. Remember, this village is less than a day's walk from the village that they came from. So, if this was an earthquake strong enough to destroy this village, they would have felt it in the other village. Darn it. You know what? I might just need to nerd pull. I made it once. Why can't I make it again? Here. Okay. I heard you. Whoa! What? What hit me? What the heck hit me? Hello? Oh! Hey, bud. Where'd he go? This POI is messed up, guys. Okay. Where did he go? Buddy? Here, let's break through here and see where we're... Is it gone now? Wait. Can I... Whoa. This POI is messed up. Oh, it's awesome. All right. Well, we'll go the long way. Around here. There we go. There we go. All right. We're back where we were. That crawler just vanished into the wall. Maybe he fell through the floor. I don't know. Let's see if I can just... Oh! How did I do this before? Jump up and over? Oh! I'm stuck! Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. So yeah, they're close enough. They're close enough to reach this village before nightfall. So it takes less than a day to walk to this village, right? And their first thought is, "Oh, an earthquake destroyed this village," which makes no sense because if it were, like I said, if it were strong enough to destroy a village, let's see if we can. What happens when I break this block here? Whoa. Okay. There we go. Oh, it's a ghost POI, guys. It's haunted. It's a haunted ghost POI. Oh, I love it. I love it. So yeah, they gotta. It makes no sense. Makes no sense. They would have felt it. So then they proceed to verbally explain everything they see on screen. Again, a lot of telling instead of showing. They don't need to tell us all this crap. We have eyes, we can see. So then they walk by a dead sheep. There's a sheep on the ground, it's dead. And it obviously has like a cut throat or a slit throat, right? But they don't take 2 seconds to look down and observe how the sheep died. They don't take 2 seconds. All they would have had to do is look down and be like, "Oh, hey, this sheep had its neck cut. I don't think this was an earthquake." Of course, they should have come to that conclusion by the fact that they didn't feel anything at all that would no indications, and plus the way that the village looks. The only reason they come to the conclusion that it was an earthquake is because there are fissures in the ground, which they makes again no sense throughout this entire thing. Let's see, no ground shake. Okay, so then fake Legolas, they go into this one building, and he looks down and drops his torch down this obvious hole, right? Giant hole in the ground, and he looks down and he goes, and he says, "This was no ground shake. There is a hole. Somebody dug this hole." It's like, again, dude, we can see the hole. We can see that it is not a natural hole. Someone dug it. So then Side Chick says, "Something dug it. Men did not do this." How the hell does she know? Men don't have the ability to dig holes? I'm pretty sure men have that ability. They have the capability of digging holes. Stupid, 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 makes no sense. So then they get into this it's more crappy, stupid dialogue. There we go. The elf says to Side Chick, "I must go down there." And she says, "But you do not know what's down there." Meaning that, you go down there, you're probably going to find something dangerous and you could die. It's dangerous. Don't go down there. And so, fake Legolas says, "That is why I must go." Which, again, makes no sense. Especially later on. Because she tells him, "Don't go down there. There's something dangerous. You could die." And his response is, "Yeah, that's why I must go." Because he wants to die, I guess? I don't know. Honestly, guys, I don't blame the dude. If I were cast in this piece of crap show, I would want my character killed off as soon as humanly possible. So, yeah, honestly, I don't blame the guy. So then Side Chick turns to Lee, and he goes, "Run back to your village," before he says, "I want to jump down the hole." "Run back to your village, warn them, tell them of the danger." And so she turns to leave, and fake Legolas grabs her by the arm, pulls her back, and just looks into her eyes. Again, they're trying to make it seem like they're madly in love, and I don't buy it for a second. It totally does not come across that way whatsoever. So, fake Legolas jumps down the hole and he starts climbing through the passage. And there's another recurring event that happens throughout the first two episodes of this show. Characters will often hold torches straight out in front of them, like straight out in front of their faces, which is not it is so stupid. If you hold a light out, if you hold a flame out in front of your face, it would blind you. You would not be able to see. The point of the torch is to offer illumination. If you put that illumination directly in front of your face as you're looking forwards, you would not be able to see anything. The light would blind you. And they do it throughout this entire episode. They did it last episode, and I forgot to mention it. When you're holding a torch, you want to hold it above your head or to the side, not straight in front of your eyeballs. Makes no sense whatsoever. Incredibly stupid. Okay, so we have this big sweeping landscape shot. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's beautiful, and it lasts for about 3 seconds. It's just like, oh, this is epic, and it's over. So I mean, you got to give the show credit. Some of the shots are beautiful. Some of the scenery, all that stuff. Yes, it's beautiful. But the beautiful shots are like 3 seconds long, and then boom, we're automatically back into an interior. So we join fake Elrond and Grandma Brimbor at Eregion, and Elrond looks down and sees Feanor's hammer, and he decides to tell us all about it. So let me give you guys a little history lesson here before we get too much further into this. I want to give you a little bit of a backstory of Feanor and all this stuff, because it'll demonstrate why this is here when it shouldn't be. Makes no sense whatsoever why this dialogue exists. So Feanor was the greatest elven smith, very powerful, very high up in the hierarchy, elf back in Valinor. Trying to see if I can get some more of this POI to spawn in here. Yeah, can I make that jump? There we go. Okay. What happens if I break you? Nothing. Oh, wait, no, a little bit more spawned in. Can I... Oh! I'm all twitchy. Maybe let's see if we can nerd pull over. Or kind of like build a bridge. Yep, there we go. See, there's supposed to be stairs here. But they just have not spawned in. No. There. There we go. Up to the next floor. Alright, that spawned that in. Alright, that kind of spawned a little bit more. Yep, they fell down again. What else can I... What happened? Can I place a block there? No? This is fun, guys. Trying to... Oh, there we go. There we go. That spawned some more in. That spawned a little bit more in. Can I... Oh, what was that? Place a block there? What did that do? That spawned more in? Oh, I had it. How about there? What does that do? Oh, I already spawned that one in here. Can I just... Yeah, there we go. Okay. We're into the next room. We might just need to keep placing down blocks and see if if we can get this rest of this. Oh, there we go. That spawned that in. Okay. Oh, I love it. Oh, hey buddy. Hey buddy. Bye buddy. Sorry, guys. Zombies, bear with me. I'm just trying to get some of the rest of this POI to spawn in. There we go. We'll place a block there. Place one there. Alright, that gives us a little bit more. Place a block there. Place a block there. That gives us a little bit more. We got that one there. This is so ridiculous. Excuse me. All right, where was I? Oh yeah, Feanor. So he was he forged the Silmarils, which come into play. They kind of play a significant factor in the first and first stage especially. But yeah, so Melkor, who is basically a god, procures the assistance of Ungolianth to destroy the trees, kills Feanor's either his dad or his grandfather. I forget which one it is, but pretty much kills the High King of the Elves and steals the Silmarils. Right? It's at this point that Melkor is renamed as Morgoth. Melkor is never spoken again by the Elves. I forget exactly what the direct translation of Morgoth is. It's like Evil One or Dark One or something like that. Alright, keep placing down blocks. Make the rest of this place spawn in. This is so ridiculous having to do this. And I don't even know if this is going to work. It's working so far, though. We're just kind of recreating the POI bit by bit, block by block. Oh, okay. I see where we're at. So we're up in like the attic area here. We should be able to get through here. Yep, that will spawn in these zombies here. There we go. Now, should I go back down and kill the ones that fell? Or should we just head up into the tower? Let's see if we can head up into the tower here. Oh. Hello. Come on down. Hello, hello, hello. Alright, they're dead. Now I think all we have to do is just go back down and kill the stragglers. And we should be alright. Let's just cut through here. And back down we go. We're just going to fall on down there. And we will head back out over here. Let's go this way. Just so we don't glitch out again here. Alright. They fell down here. There we go. Hey, buddy. Come on. Come on, say hello. Maybe they're up another. They might be up another level here. Hello. Hello. Oh, I just went. I just went backwards. Okay. Oh, there's one of them. Hey, bud. Good to see ya. All right. Let's see if we can get to this last one here. Let's run around the other side of the building. Hey, buddy. He's not one of them, but it's all right. We'll try to stay within the bounds of the POI here. All right. Maybe break in here. Alright, we're back in here. Over this way. There she is. Where are you going, lady? I'm literally right here. And there we did it. We did it, guys. Broken POI and all, and we showed it who was boss. I love it. I love it. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, okay. Well, let's just find a way out of here. Go back. Oh, this POI is so screwed. Oh no, no, not good. uh, we're out. We're out. We're out. All right, we can head back. Okay, is it possible that Alpha 21 will make it so that all players in a squad will have to have the increased chance of looting crafting books when one of them buys perks? No, it's individualized. The devs made it very, very clear that it's individualized. The boost you get for whatever you perk into is only for you. It is not for your entire group. Chrono, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining. All right, where was I? Oh, yeah, I was giving a little backstory on Feanor. So, and it's important because this is all information that both characters in the scene already know. There is no reason for them to be talking about this and saying this. And the only reason is because they want to give you, the people at home, the watchers, the viewers, information. That's the only reason, and it's lazy writing, it's stupid, and it is another thing that happens throughout the first two episodes. So yeah, okay. So yeah, Melkor, with the help of Ungoliant, they destroy the trees. Melkor steals the Silmarils, kills Feanor's either dad or granddad, I forget which, and nopes out to Middle-earth. So Feanor gets pissed, and he has his sons and closest associates take what is called the Oath of Feanor, which means they will never return to Valinor until Morgoth is destroyed and the Silmarils are recovered. The Valar, however, forbid Feanor from taking the war to Middle-earth. Feanor is the leader of the Noldor. They forbid him from going to war with Morgoth. Feanor says, yeah, screw that, and goes anyway. But the other elves, the elves who own the boats, don't want to give him up because they're like, hey, no, our demigod said that you can't do this, so no, you can't have our boats, you can't go. So Feanor and the Noldor say, oh, yes, we will have these boats. And they kill a bunch of fellow elves. It's called the kinslaying, right? Kill a bunch of elves, steal their boats, and they're off to the races. They head to Middle-earth. They start their war. Later, Feanor's sons literally orphan Elrond and his brother Elros, right? They make them orphans. So Elrond... Point being, Elrond is intimately familiar with the deeds of Feanor. Now, Grandma Brimbor is currently the greatest elven craftsman of this age. He's alive right now. He also would be intimately familiar with the deeds of Feanor. So why, if both characters in this scene already know all of this information, why is one character explaining it to the other character? So one character who already knows all this information is giving this information dump to another character in the scene that already knows all of this information. It is bad writing. That is why. Bad writing, bad writing, bad writing. All right, so more stupid dialogue, more flowery bullshit language. Excuse my, again, guys, I apologize. I normally don't swear, but yeah, this show just kind of brings it out of me. So I apologize in advance. I should have done it at the very beginning of the stream, but I didn't. I may use some more spicy language doing this review than normal. Okay, more stupid dialogue. Grandma Brimbor wants to... He needs help. He wants to make a forge. And the drawings that they show are pretty cool. However, they are very phallic. So, kind of made me chuckle. But the drawings look cool. But he wants to make this forge by spring. And he specifies it has to be done by spring. Why? Why does it need to be done by spring? They don't say, they don't give any reason why this has to be done right now. It has to be done right now. It has to be done by spring. No reason given whatsoever. But it has to be done by spring, guys.
Here's your pay for a job well done.
Ooh, baby. Give me that. Give me that. Thank you. All right, let's do another one. What else we got here? Let's do Let's do this one.
Just the job for someone with your talent. This
Going back
is
to the strip.
But you can handle it.
So yes, stupid dialogue makes no sense. Why do they need it done by spring? So, Grandma Brimbor needs a workforce to build the forge. He asks for the king, see if he could spare some help. And the king's brilliant plan to aid in this effort is to send his speechwriter. That's the king's plan? He can't spare the men, so he sends his speechwriter? Okay. So, fake Elrond suggests they look to non-elves for help, which we'll discuss in a bit why this is kind of ridiculous. If you know anything about Celebrimbor, he was known as a friend of the dwarves. He was very close with the dwarves. Dwarves are master craftsmen. He is a master craftsman. Obviously, he would have ties to the other master craftsmen in the world. Would make common sense. He was friend of the elves, not Elrond. In this context, in this day and age, it does not make sense that Elrond would suggest the dwarves and not Celebrimbor, because Celebrimbor was known as the friend of the dwarves. So we have a map scene, and it shows the path. It shows there's dotted lines. It's like very kind of Indiana Jones sequence, but it looks kind of cool. But despite the fact that the map is completely wrong, where the capital of Loregion is on this map is not where it actually is in the actual real map. They moved it for some reason. I don't know why. It is very, very clear that this is a long journey, right? This is very, very long. So the dot starts at Eregion and boop, 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 boom, goes all the way up to Khazad-dûm, the kingdom of the dwarves. We get another sweeping shot with this and it's done. Another 3-second shot of that actually looks good. And then again, we get another example of one character telling another character stuff that they would both know, so there's no reason for them to discuss it. I forget who says, but one of them says, an alliance with the dwarves would be the diplomatic achievement of the age. It's like, you're both elves. You both already know this. Why are you saying this to each other? It's so stupid. So, fake Elrond and Grandma Brimbor arrive at Khazad-dûm. Now remember, they just showed how long this journey is, right? Both of them show up at the gates wearing the exact same clothes, with no horses, no packs, no provisions, no supplies. So they walked, I guess maybe they teleported? I don't know. They went from, they showed the map. They showed how long they're making it out like they just walked to, just went to their next door neighbor's house and, to ask if they could borrow a cup of sugar. But no, they just showed how long this journey was. Yet here are fake Elrond and Grandma Brimbor with no horses, no provisions, no packs, no supplies. They just went for a leisurely stroll with nothing. Writers could have created a scene for Ungoliant in all her glory, but they didn't. Yeah, they kind of put some spider webs on the tree when it was being destroyed in the opening scene in the first episode, but that's it. That's all. No mention whatsoever. Morgoth did it alone. There's so much bad in this, and they just destroyed so much. So again, I guess they teleported there. Because there's no way they would have walked that entire distance without horses or food or provisions, anything like that. It makes no sense. But fake Elrond says he is friends with Prince Durin, confident that Prince Durin will aid them. So again, Celebrimbor was known as friend of the dwarves, but yeah, Elrond, he's the one because Prince Durin is his best friend. He's his best friend. So fake Elrond walks up to the gate, requests an audience with Prince Durin, and so this little window thing opens up. You see the dwarf looking out, and Elrond says, I request an audience with Prince Durin. And the guard just says, no, and then just closes the window. It kind of made me chuckle, but it was just, it was exceedingly stupid. Because not only does he ask for an audience with Prince Durin, he introduces Lord Celeborn, or Celebrimbor, right? I wish he would have introduced Lord Celeborn. Celeborn is not mentioned in this show at all, and he's kind of a big deal. But I digress. So he introduces the Lord of Eregion. That's how he introduces him to the dwarves. Celebrimbor. And it's funny that the dwarf said no and just closes it, but it is not realistic whatsoever. In this time, if an elf lord at such a high stature as Celebrimbor came to Khazad-dûm and requested an audience, they would grant it. Absolutely, they would grant it. And it does not make sense. So, and another thing, guys, in this scene, it really stuck out to me how old Celebrimbor looks. I think this was the point where I really started calling Celebrimbor Grandma Brimbor, because just looks old. And elves do not look old. They age to like 30 to 35 years, and they stop aging. That's an elf. That's how they roll. So there's no reason for a dwarf to look like he's 55 years old or 60 years old, but Grandma Brimbor sure does. So then fake Elrond invokes the right of Sigyn Tarag or some such nonsense. It's a made up right, makes no sense. So the dwarves open the door, and Elrond sends Grandma Brimbor back to Eregion. So think about this, guys. Grandma Brimbor with Elrond just walked from the capital of Eregion all the way to Khazad-dûm, right? With no horse, no packs, no provisions, no supplies, nothing. They walk all the way there. And again, keep in mind, this is Lord Celebrimbor. He's you don't get much higher in stature than him. Elrond, they make that whole journey, and Elrond says, "Okay, piss off now. Leave. You're a master craftsman. Allow me to do my part. I will show you my craft. Give me 3 days, and I will meet you back at Eregion." So I guess the whole thing doesn't make sense. They walked all the way there for Grandma Brimbor just to turn around and walk all the way back? Okay. If that was the plan, why didn't Elrond just go himself? Stupid. Just stupid. Let's see. Celeborn and Galadriel were already married before arriving to the continent, but having the strong woman shadowed by Celeborn would have been bad for the series. Yes, also, Galadriel is a mother at this time. She has already given birth to Celebrian, which is another important character. Celebrian marries Elrond. They birth Arwen. Kind of an important character in the lore. So yes, at this time, Celebrian is born in 300, year 300 of the Second Age. They've already made it clear that this is, hundreds, if not thousands of years into the Second Age. At this time, Celeborn and Galadriel would already have had Celebrian. We don't see either the husband or the daughter throughout this entire either episode. Not even mentioned, not even talked about. It's yeah. To say that this breaks the lore is an understatement. All right, so Elrond sends Grandma Brimbor back to Eregion, but now we actually get to the best part of the show. I actually like the dwarves, although I'm sorry, but I don't like how the female dwarves are depicted. All dwarves have beards, even the females, and a couple of the dwarves have the female dwarves have like peach fuzz on their like jaw, not like all the way down, but like on the side of their jaw, you know, kind of like mutton chop-ish, but very 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 light peach fuzz like, just kind of going down there, and that's what they're calling beards. No, I'm sorry, nope, not cool, not good, not right, not canon, doesn't breaks the lore completely. But that being said, Khazak Dûm and the dwarves were my favorite part of the show so far. All right, so fake Elrond has just invoked the right of what was it again? Sigyn Tarag or Trog? I don't know, some stupid made up right. Okay, so we get more telling, right? So Elrond is led into this room, and guys, during this, before they get to the room, there are some really awesome shots, right, of Khazak Dûm. It looks really cool, really beautiful. But again, they're sweeping shots that last for about 3 seconds. That's it. Jen looking out her window and probably wondering why this dude is just standing in front of her gate. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Let's see. What a time to come back. Peach fuzz beards, huh? Welcome back, Asmo. Good to see you. Good to see you again, brother. All right. Where am I here? More. So they go in. Elrond gets ushered into this room, and who appears but Durin? All right. So Elrond is in the room. Durin's in the room, and there's a whole bunch of dwarves in this room, right? So Elrond invoked the right of Sigyn Tarag, so he obviously knows what it is. Every single dwarf in the room obviously knows what this is. But Durin proceeds to explain the whole thing in detail, which is not necessary, because then after he explains it all, they actually show them participating in this rite. All they would have had to do is let them do the rite. And I think the audience would have been smart enough to be like, oh, okay, I get it. But no, Durin has to explain the whole thing to a room full of people who already know this information. This crap happens over and over and over again. Such crap writing. I mean, absolutely crap writing. And then in the end, Durin proclaims to all the people that if Elrond loses, he will be banished from the Dwarven realm forever. All Dwarven lands, anywhere in Arda, anywhere in Middle Earth, banished forever. All right, very important. Remember that. All right, so now we cut back to the boring hobbits, not hobbits. Back to community theater time. We see, oh no, Meteor Man is missing. So female Frodo finds fake Gandalf, and there is this hilarious scene. I mean, oh, it is. So, fake Gandalf turns, right? And do you guys remember the scene in The Fellowship when Bilbo is hesitating about the ring, not knowing what to do about it, and he's like, "Oh, you want it for yourself. You're trying to steal the ring from me." And then Gandalf, calls in the shadows and like seems to grow, and he speaks in this very powerful voice. That is exactly what this scene reminded me of. I was just waiting for this dude to just scream out, "Bilbo Baggins! Do not take me for a conjurer of cheap tricks. I'm not trying to rob you. I mean, it was so on the nose. It was obvious what they were going for. And I was just like, oh, come on. But they engage in more stupid dialogue, and at this point, I just don't care. I don't care about any of these characters. You have given me no reason to care about any of these characters. None of them are compelling. None of them are interesting. It's just, oh. So we cut back to the rest of the community theater cast, and female Frodo's dad is working on a cart, right? He's working on a cart. And there's this annoying woman just sitting there on her butt. And she hollers over to the dad, Hobo Baggins, hollers over to Hobo Baggins and says, get off, stop being lazy, come and help us out. While she is literally just sitting there on her butt. He's actually working, doing something, fixing a cart, fixing a wheel. She's literally sitting there on her butt, yet she hollers at him and calls him lazy, tells him to get off his butt and start working, while all the while he is working and she's the one sitting on her butt. So stupid. So then we cut back, and there's a lot of quick cuts back and forth in the section. We cut back to female Frodo and fake Gandalf, and it's the worst attempt at communication I've ever seen. It's just, oh god, none of it makes sense. And if this is Gandalf, why does he not know how to communicate? Now, in the books, it does say they forgot who they were, meaning they forgot that they were Maya. He forgets that, the wizards, right? But he doesn't forget how to speak. He doesn't forget how to communicate. He doesn't forget how to interact with the world. He doesn't forget what things are. Nothing like that. He doesn't come off. They don't forget basic common knowledge. They just forget the past of the past of who they actually are. It's ridiculous how if this is Gandalf or if this is one of the other Astari, one of the blue wizards or whatever, it's just ridiculous how they're being portrayed. Number one, they didn't fall to Middle Earth from the sky. Anyway, it's constant nonsense. Worst attempt at communication ever. Then we cut back to the community theater cast, and Hobo Baggins is lifting a log while everyone is just sitting around and watching them. So there's one dude pulling a rope, and then there's Hobo Baggins trying to push up this log, and all around him, there's just a bunch of hobbits sitting on their butts watching him work. It's absolutely stupid. Then we cut back to female Frodo and fake Gandalf, fake Gandalf is furiously drawing something in the dirt while mumbling. Cut back to Hobo Baggins, and the rope breaks, log starts to fall. Common sense would say it's round, so if you do let it hit you, you kind of turn so it rolls off your shoulder. Or you just, kind of sidestep and move out of the way and let it fall. But no. Hobo Baggins decides, I'm gonna try to catch this thing. Makes total sense. Again, the rope just snapped. The log starts falling. The dude catches it. And all of the other hobbits around, and there are a lot of them that are depicted, they just sit there and watch. Nobody tries to come and help him. Nobody. And we have the quick cuts, like back and forth. Hobo Baggins is struggling with the log. Fake Gandalf is furiously writing in the dirt. Hobo Baggins still struggling with the log. Back to fake Gandalf, and oh no, his stick breaks. Quick cut back to Hobo Baggins, who snaps his ankle at that exact same moment. And they're trying to make you think that fake Gandalf was to blame for Hobo Baggins breaking his leg. At least that's how I read it. There may be other interpretations, but that's the vibe that I got. So then we cut back to female Frodo and fake Gandalf, and we see a bunch of runes carved into a fallen tree. one of which is very, very similar to Gandalf's mark. Again, there's so much on the nose stuff in this episode where, I mean, I don't know. It's ridiculous. So then female Sam runs up and fake Gandalf screams at female Sam, and female Frodo stands between them with her arms outstretched and says, friend, friend. Like, it's so stupid. Just boring and stupid. Don't care at all. Not in the slightest. All right, so then female Sam tells female Frodo that Hobo Baggins is hurt. And then we cut back to the community theater cast, and it's just awful. I don't care about any of these characters. There has been no reason given why I should. Pretty awful. Pretty awful, awful, awful. All right, I've been standing here long enough. Jen's probably, like you guys said, Jen's probably like, dude, what are you doing? Just standing there. All right. So now, remember in the beginning, guys, at the very beginning, I told you that when Galadriel, warrior princess, jumped off the boat, it was nighttime. Okay? I told you to remember that. It's important. Well, now we cut back to Galadriel, warrior princess, who is still swimming. Still swimming, still going to town. Swim, 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 swim. And it's now daytime. So at least an entire night has passed with Galadriel swimming in the ocean. So her plan was actually to jump off the boat in the middle of the ocean and swim back. That was her plan. So basically her plan was to commit suicide. There's no getting around that. Yep, but it's she's been swimming in for whoa, hey buddy. How you doing, bud? Good to see you. Good to see you. There, you can have that one, and here's another one for you, and there you go. Third time's a charm. Whee, jump. So yes, she has been swimming for an entire night at least. It's probably been longer than just one night, but even one night, she'd be dead. Almost, I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. But, oh, darn it, every time I come to the city, I get those stupid error messages. So yeah, she's just swimming. Boy, I sure hope something coincidentally shows up to save her, because this would obviously kill her. She would obviously die trying to swim across an ocean. And then, oh wow, what appears? A raft. How lucky. And we get our first glimpse. We finally meet Sauron. I mean, Halbrand. Totally not Sauron. It's not Sauron. No. Forget I said that. It's not Sauron. It's Halbrand. Halbrand. That's who we're introduced to. So all the women want to help Galadriel, warrior princess, onto the raft, and all of the men do not. It's so obvious, and it's like, I'm not kidding. Every single one of the men are like, no. Every single one of the women are like, yes, we got to help her. We can't leave her. So yeah, the men say, one of the men says, how do we know we can trust her? And the women says, she looks all right to me. And then Sauron, Halbrand, Sauron, not Sauron, says a quite on-the-nose piece of dialogue. He looks at her and says, looks can be deceiving. When he said this line, I literally busted out laughing. I was like, come on, give me a break. So they finally say, okay, yeah, she can get on the boat. And they're sitting there, and oh, we're saved. There's a ship is coming. Look at that, a ship! Yay, we're saved. They see a sail through the mist, and yeah. So Galadriel looks at it and goes, "That is no ship." And as the thing gets closer, we see that it's actually a giant sea monster. Oh no! And at first they think that it is a Corsair ship, which doesn't make any sense if you know the lore, because Umbar wasn't established for hundreds of years later. The Corsairs of Umbar, Umbar is not established until much, much, much later. It makes no sense. So yeah, Corsairs would not be in this time. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. They discover that Galadriel's an elf, and everybody gets all pissed off because I guess humans hate elves for some reason. So they say, "Oh, the elf led it right to us," and the woman who at first was so, we've got to save her, we got to help her, pushes Galadriel into the water. And Galadriel, warrior princess, immediately looks at the people on the raft and immediately nopes out. She's like, looks at him, and she's like, looks at the sea monster, and is like, yeah, I'm out of here. Turns around and immediately starts swimming away from the raft. Okay. So Sauron detaches his section from the raft. He was on a smaller section. You see him removing it from the raft. He pushes away and starts paddling away from the major part of the raft. And then, of course, the raft gets destroyed and the people get eaten. And now that all the riffraff and non-main characters are dead, the sea monster magically disappears. As soon as everyone who was not necessary, as soon as everyone but Galadriel, warrior princess, and Sauron, not Sauron, were eaten, the big scary sea monster magically disappears, and we don't see a thing about it. We don't see it again ever throughout the rest of this episode. Just magically disappears. So, Sauron, not Sauron, helps Galadriel, warrior princess, onto the raft, and she immediately starts giving him crap about abandoning the other people on the raft. When she did literally the exact same thing. She didn't do a damn thing to try to save those people. She looks at them, looks at the monster, and is like, yeah, nope, I'm out of here. Immediately starts swimming the other way. So she's calling him out for crap that she literally did herself. The exact same thing. Oh, but once, they're on the raft together, and Sauron, not Sauron, asks, "What's our heading?" It's important to remember for later, okay? Because it just shows the inconsistency. These writers cannot stay consistent in their own storylines for a single episode. They constantly contradict themselves back and forth. It's just, so remember that for later. We'll get back to that. But then we are cutting back to one of my favorite parts of this episode. The only thing that I kind of actually partially enjoyed some of the parts of, which was we go back to Khazad-dûm, back to fake Elrond and Durin breaking rocks. But we are an hour and a half in, guys. I need to take a quick break. I need to get up and stretch. I'm gonna pause this here. There we go. We are about halfway through the episode, so we're getting there. We're getting there. I hope it's been a little bit more concise, not as all over the place. I'm trying to do it chronologically. That's why I took notes and of everything that I just jumped out at me. I know I'm missing a lot. I'm skipping a lot. That's because if I were to break down every inconsistency, break down every poorly written piece of dialogue, we would be here all night. And I like to keep my streams to about 3 hours. So, yeah. All right, guys. Halfway point. I'm going to take a quick 5, refill my beverage, and get up and stretch. Good time for you guys to do the same. I will go ahead and throw on the 7 Days to Die commercials, and I will see you guys in just a bit. Hang tight.
Hey there, folks. My name is Buzz, owner of Buzz's Bar, proud purveyor of our world-famous Grandpa's line of fine spirits and adult beverages. My grandpa always used to say, booze makes you better at everything. So he whipped up a special batch of moonshine, Grandpa's Learning Elixir. Are you looking to master a high-powered, fully automatic firearm? Well, toss back some Grandpa's Learning Elixir and lock and load. Looking to increase your proficiency with some complex motorized tools? Well, don't forget the Grandpa's Learning Elixir. Down that moonshine and get to work. So come on down to Buzz's Bar and grab some Grandpa's Learning Elixir. It makes you better at everything. Please drink responsibly.
Hey there, folks. My name is Nancy Sylvia Anderson, and I'm the new owner of Poppin' Pills. Our beloved founder Jared, who chased a squirrel into the forest and was never seen again, always believed that it was our duty to offer only the best in pharmaceuticals to our customers. And what better way to ensure that quality than by partnering with our supplier, Higashi Pharmaceuticals? I mean, if you can't trust an international mega corporation, then who can you trust? Higashi maintains the highest standards of animal testing performed in the most ethical and humane conditions. They use the latest methods and technology to research and develop life-saving and beneficial pharmaceuticals, like our brand new anabolic steroids, guaranteed to make you jump higher, run faster, and perform extraordinary feats of strength with absolutely no long-term effects whatsoever. So in the words of our beloved founder, come on down to Poppin' Pills and do some drugs.
Hey there, boys. My name is Candy, owner of Big Buns. It's totally a bakery. People just can't resist getting their hands on my big buns. The girls and I just love churning the butter, kneading the dough, and whipping up the tastiest of treats that you cannot resist putting in your mouth. We use only the ripest peaches, melons, and mangoes, and our milk cans are refreshed daily. I'm so proud to announce our latest creation, Jigglypuffs. They're just so delicious, and boy, do they jiggle. So come on down to Big Buns and get your hands on some now. We also offer private baking lessons. The girls can take you one-on-one or entire groups at a time. They have what it takes to satisfy your every baking need. So don't get all hot and bothered. We prefer hot and buttered. Ron, sweetie, I think the camera's pointed a little low.
I'm sorry.
So come on down and get your hands on my Big Buns. Big Buns, it's totally a bakery.
We live in a savage world. And I, Dirk Savage, know that better than most. So I opened Savage Country to help prepare you folks for this savage world. You wanna talk savage? I've seen some stuff and some things. Stuff that would drive most men insane. Things that would make you want to curl up and die. Don't believe me? I once tried to grab the last $20 Blu-ray player from Mo Powers on Black Friday. I once made an innocuous post on Twitter. One day, I had a little too much moonshine at Buzz's bar and woke up next to Arlene.
Hey, Dirk.
No amount of forgetting elixir will erase that. Oh, God. So please, folks, I beg of you, learn from my mistakes. Shop at Savage Country and prepare for evil.
And I am back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for hanging with me. We're going to get right back to it. Actually, before I jump back in, let me jump back into chat and see what I missed. Okay. It would have been easier to just let a young dwarf ask an elder one what was that, and answered in 5 words, referring to the rite of Sigyn Tarag, or whatever they call it, the fake made-up rite that doesn't really exist. You're exactly right. Yes, that would have been one way to handle it. I honestly would have preferred if they just would have shown the rite, because they do. That we're gonna be getting into that here now. Just show the Durin and Elrond going back and forth smashing rocks. That I think would have been better. But you're right. Yeah, they could have done something as simple as had someone who may not know what that is, like you say, a young dwarf asking one of the adults. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. So over here in Australia, we have a shop called Sanity, and they are selling the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings Extended Edition joint box set for $500. Oh, I bet they will sell those. People will buy them, absolutely. After watching this dumpster fire, they're gonna want something good to watch. And the Hobbit was, there's so many problems with it, but I think it's going to. There's going to be a lot of people looking at The Hobbit and saying, you know what? It actually wasn't that bad after watching Rings of Power. And the Lord of the Rings, the extended edition, the trilogy, the original trilogy, is truly a cinematic masterpiece. It truly is. It's, in my opinion, the greatest trilogy of all time. But that's my opinion. Let's see. Well, I wouldn't exactly help them when they push me into the water either. Yeah, I'm not saying. Yeah, they kind of told her to f off, but at the same time, you can't give someone crap for doing the exact same thing that you just did, regardless of whether you feel that she was justified to leave them. So yeah. Let's see, mover and a shaker. I suddenly have a craving for hot buns. Yes. Jigglypuffs. Big buns. It's totally a bakery. All right, I think we're all caught up here. Let's hope that the rings is not the first thing newer watchers see first. I think that even if it is, the one good thing I think is going to come out of this is it will renew interest. And renew interest isn't the right word, because interest was never diminished in the Lord of the Rings books. They're the most widely read fantasy series of all time. But I do believe it will introduce the world of Arda and Tolkien's creations to a newer audience. And hopefully they will be inspired to pick up the books and actually read good writing and read this world as Tolkien intended it, instead of watching this train wreck that we are privy to right now. All right, let's start this quest, and we will continue with episode 2. So yes, we flash back to fake Elrond and Durin breaking rocks. They are taking turns breaking rocks. And again, like I said, if Elrond loses, Prince Durin proclaimed to all of his people that Elrond would be banished. And we straight up get into, this is straight up WWE storyline right here, guys. A lot of times in WWE, what they do is, they'll do like belt versus career match, or if you lose this match, you can never challenge for this title ever again. And then 3 months later, that they totally forget about that, and whoever lost, they can challenge again. Straight up WWE storyline. Fake Elron swings, tries to hit the Rock, misses the Rock, hammer breaks. Technically, he should lose right then and there. He lost. He swung the hammer, was not able to break the Rock. He should lose. But no, they give him another hammer and give him another crack at it. Why? I don't know. Instead of trying to smash the Rock again, he looks over at Duran, gives him this knowing look, and immediately concedes. So he gives up. He loses. Now they're trying to make it seem like he gave up on purpose, that this was all intentional. He could have continued, but he chose not to because he didn't want Duran to look bad, I guess. I don't know. But remember, Prince Duran just proclaimed previously to all the dwarves in the room that if Elrond lost, he'd be banished from all dwarven realms forever. So this scene pretty much just makes Duran out to be a liar to all of his people. Because instead of immediately banishing Elrond from the realm forever, he decides to take him on an elevator and have a little chat. It makes no sense whatsoever. And again, they make Duran out to be, a liar. Elrond should be gone. Bye-bye. See you later. Gone. Banished. Forever. Okay, anyway, they get to the elevator and they have a conversation, and fake Elrond is made to look to be like a complete a-hole. So this the reason Duran's pissed is because fake Elrond hasn't come to remember, they're supposed to be best friends. Elrond said he was like a brother, but he hasn't visited or even sent a letter or anything in 20 years. And Duran says, yeah, 20 years may be nothing to you, but 20 years is a lot to people, to dwarves. Now, granted, dwarves do live a lot longer than men do. They live roughly 300 years, whereas elves are eternal. They can live forever as long as they don't, and even if they are killed, they reincarnate. So in Valinor, so yeah, elves are eternal, dwarves are not. So Elrond hasn't spoken to what he called, in his words, his best friend, almost brother, in 20 years, missed the dude's wedding, missed the birth of his 2 children, hasn't talked to him in 20 years, nothing in 20 years. So of course Duran's gonna be pissed. Makes Elrond look to be a complete, like I said, a-hole, just a jerk, giant jerk. Who would be friends with that dude? It's just horrible. But they he looks at fake Elrond looks at Duran and says, congratulations on your wife and your children. Allow me the opportunity to personally apologize to your wife for missing the wedding and for not being around the past 20 years. So Duran says, all right, fine. You can apologize to my wife, and that's it. You can't, no getting to know her, no reminiscing. You're not staying for dinner. That's it. Apologize, and then you're gone. So we finally meet a likable character. Duran opens up the doors and walks in, and Elrond following behind, and we finally are introduced to Disa. And I genuinely enjoy this character. She is bubbly, she's bright, she's upbeat, and she just comes across as a likable character. Finally, instead of all of the characters being absolute garbage. There's no reason to care about them whatsoever. We finally have one character that's likable. I like the character of Disa quite a bit. However, there are some. I mean, it's a low bar, guys. It really is a low bar. All of the other characters in this show are completely unlikable. The creators, writers give us no reason whatsoever to enjoy any of the other characters. They're all awful. The dialogue that they're given is terrible, not compelling in the least. All right, guys, where are you going? Come up the stairs. Why are there just a couple of bags sitting here? I don't remember ever doing this POI before. Alright. You go down. Hey, Buzz. How you doing, buddy? You go down. And... Nope. Skater boy. Stop it. You go. Go away. Okay. So we are introduced to Disa. She seems like, the loving wife, the loving mother, but she also, is a very valuable member of the society. We get into why here in just a little bit. But one thing that kind of stuck out to me is Durin is obviously pissed, and rightfully so. I mean, he is obviously pissed off. Yet and this is kind of where, Disa is portrayed as, the loving wife, and the loving mother, and upbeat and bubbly. And I kind of understand that she's trying to keep the peace, I guess. She doesn't want, and it kind of makes sense. But at the same time, she doesn't have her husband's back at all. Because he obviously, if they are so much in love, and if they're so close... So, yes, dudes really, they don't talk about their feelings a lot, but if there's one person that they would absolutely confide in, it would be their wife. So, they are portraying Durin and Disa as this loving couple, right? Come on, buddy. Break. It's interesting. Why won't that break? Oh, man, my testing world is so messed up. Schneidi, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream, brother. Good to see ya. So, yeah, and if she, she should have her husband's back at this point. It makes sense why he's so pissed. And she should have stuck up for her husband and been like, yeah, dude, what you did was kind of messed up. But instead, she kind of just is like, nah, let it go. It's all good. Yeah, okay, you guys were like best friends, you're like brothers, and he didn't have the common courtesy to even write you in the past 20 years. Obviously, Durin invited Elrond to his wedding, and Elrond didn't have the common courtesy to RSVP and say, congratulations, I'm so happy for you, but, I'm sorry, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make the wedding. It just, again, Elrond comes off as such an a-hole. Durin he has a right to be upset, and his wife should know how upset he is and kind of support him and have his back a little bit. Instead, she's like, saying, "Oh, enough, stop it. Let's put this all behind us. Let's make peace." Doesn't back up her husband at all, which kind of contradicts the whole narrative of them being this happy, loving couple. Because if Durin, like I said, he obviously would have confided in Disa on how much or how upset that he was that the guy who was supposed to be his best friend and brother apparently is, couldn't give a crap about him. That sense of betrayal would have been real, and he would have shared that with his wife. And like I said, she should have had his back. And oh, there we go. Those actually broke open. The ones below didn't. So that was just a little bit of an inconsistency in how this couple was portrayed. But generally speaking, I like the dwarves. They actually are. They behave like dwarves. It's kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of weird, guys, because the two of the characters that I enjoyed the most. Enjoy is maybe not the right word. Two of the characters who were portrayed, their acting and how they're portrayed. Two of the characters that I like the most are two characters that, if you're being lore accurate, would not be in this world, right? So it's kind of strange, but yeah, Disa, I have no problem whatsoever. She's a very likable character, and it was kind of a breath of fresh air after the insufferable Galadriel warrior princess just being absolutely awful all the time to everyone. So yeah, but anyway, she insists that Elrond stays for dinner. You're staying for dinner. Durin's like, no, he's apologizing and leaving. And then she's like, no, he's staying. He's going. He's staying. He's going. And then obviously they flash to them having dinner, and of course he's staying, having dinner. And we actually get So we obviously know who wears the pants in this family. Disa gets her way. He is going to stay for dinner, whether Durin likes it or not. So, but again, she comes across as a likable character, which is a breath of fresh air in this giant turd of a show. So we're at dinner, and Disa's telling Elrond how they met, and having some general conversation. But she also, see, look at that, it breaks, but it's still there. Oh, yeah, this world, guys. I have a lot of hours in this world, and this is my testing world, so yeah, it's a little bit broken. A little bit broken. All right, so we are heading. There we go. Let's kill these guys over here. Oh, nope. Bad. Stop it. Y'all dead? Okay. We head back down here. Whoop, off we go. This is just a clear. Okay. So I don't have to find any goodies. Alright. Looks like we're going back up. Y'all. So yeah, they're sitting down to dinner, and I see you. Let's see if we can get a little sneak damage headshot. Boom! To the face! To the face! And yeah, she's telling Elrond how they met, and she mentions something that is actually kind of cool and something that I enjoyed. She starts talking about resonating, and I like this. It actually kind of fits with the lore of the creation of Arda. So if you guys are not aware, the world that this series is supposed to take place was created by Eru Iluvatar was the guy's name. He's basically God, right? And he uses music. He uses music to create. First, he uses music to create the Vala. I think there's 12 of them. They are pretty much demigods, and then together they sing in harmony to create Arda, to create the world. Right? It's an awesome, fascinating creation story, and it revolves around music, and it's really cool. So then this section here, where she's talking about resonating, she says we sing, we go into a chamber, we sing, and we pretty much they sing, and then how the audio reflects off the rocks, they can discern what is in that general area. She's like, all ores and everything, they have their own resonance pretty much, so how the sound returns to them tells them what's there, and it's kind of cool. And I was like, all right, cool. And she's explaining this process, and her and her team were a group of these resonators who would go into a survey site. They would resonate. They would sing to see where they should tunnel, what is in certain areas, and it's kind of cool. So, that's how that's how they meet. Durin just shows up, and he's taken with her, and he just constantly keeps showing up to all these survey sites, and eventually they start to court, and they fall in love, and they get married and have kids and all that fun stuff. But as she's explaining resonating, she gets into something very, very interesting. She says that when they're resonating, it tells them where to dig, where to tunnel, where to mine. And then she says, and where to leave the mountain untouched. And when I heard this line, my ears perked up and I'm like, oh no. Oh no, no, no. I know exactly where this is going. I'm calling it right here, right now. Disa is going to warn all of the male dwarves, like the king and the prince. She's going to warn them all, right? To leave a part of the mountain untouched. She's a resonator, so that's her job. She sings, right? And to discover the ore and where they should go. She's going to sing and discover a section that, oh, there's something nasty back there. We must avoid this area. Do not touch this area. I am hearing some mithril back there, but avoid this area at all costs. It's dangerous. We have to leave this section alone. The male dwarves are going to say, Durin, King Durin, again, we'll get to that in a second because that doesn't make any sense either. But the king is going to say, he'll disregard her warning. He will not listen to what she says. They're going to tunnel into that section, awaken the Balrog, and Khazak Doom will fall. All because they did not listen to the female dwarf. The men, the stupid, stupid men, would not listen to the smart woman. Calling it right now. That is what's going to happen. I won't know because I refuse to watch any more of this crap. But I'll keep track of the goings on to see if I am right. Guaranteed. That's exactly what's going to happen down the road. Anyway, another thing that I wanted to point out is Disa at one point exclaims Aule's beard, which it's kind of a minor thing. Aule is the one who crafted the dwarves, and then Iluvatar, is the only one who can actually create life. He has pity on Aule and allows his creations to come to life. But the dwarves don't refer to Aule as Aule. They have their own word for him. They call him Mahar. I think it's Mahar. I believe that's the word. So yeah, they would not say Aule's beard. That would not be a phrase in their vocabulary. All right. So Elrond, they're wrapping up dinner. Elrond gets up and he's leaving, and Disa goes, "Oh, you're not leaving, are you?" And immediately turns and gives Durin the dagger eyes, the evil eyes. Any guy out there who has been in a relationship will know exactly what I'm talking about when I say dagger eyes. We've all seen it. We've all seen them. We know what that means. So Elrond says, "Oh, I feel that I've overstayed my welcome, and it's time for me to go." Yeah, that's okay. Good. So I'm going the right way. And Durin says, "Oh, nah, forget about me being pissed off. Forget about me banishing you from the kingdom. You can stay." And then Elrond, he's facing away from the dwarves, and he gives this smile, like a knowing smile, like everything is happening exactly how he planned it. Oh, he's so cunning, he's so clever. He manipulated the whole situation. Again, making Elrond out look to be a complete a-hole. Durin is supposed to be one of your best friends, supposed to be your brother, yet you are manipulating the situation to get what you want. Just really, really awful portrayal of Elrond. Again, it's not Elrond. It's fake Elrond. Elrond in name only, whatever you want to call it. Just awful, awful portrayal. Ooh! Oh! No! Whoa! Oh! There we go. Whee! Come on over, guys. Man, you guys are slow. Here. You did. And Buzz is dead, too. Oh, that wasn't all of them. All right. Well, let's keep rolling. Do-do-do-do-do. Come on out. Come on out, you Zama jerks. You did? You did? You did? Hey, Buzz. How you doing, man? And a couple swings for you. You dead, too. All right. Excellent. Okay, so now we cut back to Galadriel, Warrior Princess, and Sauron, not Sauron. And they're... this scene, guys... Oh, man, I busted out laughing when I saw this. So for no reason at all, Halbrand, he's crouched down. They're still on the raft in the ocean. He crouches down and reaches down into the water, gets a little water into his hand, and then just kind of sweeps his hand through his hair. I mean, for no reason, just sweeps his hand through his hair and his head back. It was so ridiculous. I mean, it was total trash, like soap opera crap. It was so stupid. Oh man. So Galadriel, Warrior Princess, notices a pouch hanging from Sauron, not Sauron's neck. And, I wonder if this is going to come into play later. It doesn't. Yeah, at least not in this episode. She mentions it a little bit, but it doesn't. They don't give any indication what it means, what it is in this episode whatsoever. But they make it a point. Oh, hey, puppy. How you doing? Hey, bud. I'm right here. I'm literally, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I'm literally 4 blocks away from you. Hey, hello, I'm over here. You see me? Okay, stupid dog. And quest complete. All right, let's get out of here. Okay, all right. Let's see. Oh, and this is the point where Galadriel gives Halbrand crap for doing the exact same thing that she did. He explains, and it makes sense, his explanation. He's like, he didn't want to be part of a larger target. By disconnecting from the larger raft, it was more likely that the monster would go after the larger raft instead of his little small raft. It's a logical explanation as to why he did what he did. But she says that he is still a target. And when I'm watching this, I'm like, no, because literally the moment that all of the non-main characters were killed, the sea monster disappears and we never see it again. So why is he still, I mean, they're trying to make it sound like the sea monster's still out there. He's still a threat. He's still dangerous, but we never see it again. It's just stupid. So then, Halbrand calls out Galadriel's BS about being separated from her ship. I mean, at least he calls her out on it and is like, it makes no sense, what you're telling me. So at least somebody calls her on her BS. And this entire time, Galadriel, Warrior Princess, is just completely unlikable, condescending, insufferable, just absolutely horrible. And this is the main character of the show. Halbrand says it was orcs that chased him from his homeland, and as soon as he says the word orcs, Galadriel, Warrior Princess, perks up and gives him this look. I mean, it's let the shipping begin. They are trying very, very hard to make a Galadriel, Sauron, not Sauron love story. Yeah. They're trying to make they're pushing that very, very hard. Nick Swan, welcome to the stream. Rings of Power is a genius masterpiece of cinematic art. Stop hating, Savin. Well, you know, Nick, you are in. I'm hoping that you're kidding, but if you're not, you're entitled to your opinion. So yeah. If you want a genius masterpiece of cinematic art, I would recommend the Lord of the Rings trilogy movies by Peter Jackson. Jackson, excuse me. Those are cinematic masterpieces. This is crap. Absolute crap. Yeah. But again, you're entitled to your opinion. If you enjoy this, great. Not gonna. I will disagree. But yeah, like I say, you're entitled to your opinion as much as you want. But I really hope that you're joking. Because a show that the only thing you can say good about it is that it has some nice shots here and there for 3 seconds, time to time. Hold on a second. Oh, wrong button. Sorry, Nick. I think because you said POS. Okay, I'm going to hit the right button this time. Show. There we go. You know I hate that POS Amazon turd disaster. Good. Okay, I was hoping that you were kidding, but you know, honestly, guys, there are some people out there that think this is good. I don't know how I mean, it's just objectively bad. The writing is bad. The characters are bad. The story goes nowhere. It is boring. And I mean, even if you set aside how badly they are bastardizing the lore and just focus on the show as a show, it is awful. It is just objectively awful. And I don't understand how people can look at this piece of crap and say, "Oh, this is amazing," because it's just objectively not. All right, let's do this clip.
Looking to earn
There
some
we
dukes?
go.
Do hurry. I have a protection payment coming up soon.
I'll do my best. All right, bye-bye. All right, another quest taken. Let's head that way, and we will keep on going. Okay, so again, soon as Halbrand says that his homeland was destroyed by orcs, she immediately perks up and yeah, let the shipping begin. They are trying to push this, and yeah, guys, Halbrand is Sauron. I believe that wholeheartedly, and it is to try to push a romance angle between Galadriel and Sauron is abhorrent. I mean, it is just awful. But that's the direction it seems like they're going. So there you go. All right. Okay. So remember earlier I told you that as soon as Halbrand pulled Galadriel, warrior princess, onto the boat, he asks her what is their heading, right? And I told you keep that in mind. Well, this is why it's important. So we after telling Galadriel that his... Have I done this one already? I don't remember. That his homeland was destroyed by orcs, she immediately says, okay, well, you need to take me there. We need to find out how many there are. We need to find out who, they're fighting under. We need to go there. I need to investigate this, right? So after him earlier telling her, okay, where are we heading? Oh, this is the dangerous one. A lot of times a cop spawns and things explode. Hello? Hey, buddy. Alright, I guess nothing spawned in this room. Interesting. Usually there's a cop that spawns in this room. Oh, I'm hungry. Sketty time. Sketty time. And water time. There we go. Yum, 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 yum. Excellent. Hydrated and fed. Back to business. So yeah, now that that Gladriel tells him what their heading should be, he refuses to help and says, "Nah, screw that. I got my own plans." It's like, dude, I mean, it literally completely contradicts what they set up at the very beginning of the episode. He tells her, "Where are we headed?" She finally tells him where they're headed, and he's like, yeah, nah, screw that. I've got my own plans." Well, then why did you ask her in the first place what their heading was? Again, makes no sense. So then you hear thunder in the distance, and you see the black clouds. Uh-oh, a storm is rolling in. That's going to be bad. Then we cut back to the village, cut back to Side Chick running back to her village. She runs into the village bar and she tries to warn the men in the bar. Again, keep in mind, okay, she just ran from one village to another. Took her and fake Legolas better part of a day to make that journey. She has been running this entire time, yet she is completely spotless, looks absolutely amazing. Whereas everybody else, all of the men in the bar, are filthy, disgusting, just awful. I mean, they look just terrible. Look like they haven't bathed ever. And she tries to warn them of the danger, and the villagers are not having any of it. They don't believe a word she says. Of course, the stupid, filthy men don't believe her. And then they make a comment, and they kind of reveal why they don't believe her. It's because why would they? She says we need to go to the Elven Fortress, and the rest of the guys are like, why did we do that? The elves are finally gone. Everybody is glad they're gone. Well, almost everybody. Hint, hint. Nudge, nudge. Wink, wink. So really, they're mad at her because she's banging the elf. And, yeah, their true motivations or true reason for being upset is revealed. They're, that's why they won't listen to her, because, she's, having a little, fun in the forest with the elf. Oh, it's so stupid. It's like, again, Tolkien despised allegory, and this is like on the nose allegory injected into this. It's just really stupid. So we cut to Side Chick's kid, and he hears mice under the floorboard. Remember last episode when he mentioned he couldn't sleep because the mice, they were making so much noise, scurrying under the floorboards? So he hears mice. Oh, I know you guys can't see me, but I'm using finger quotes here. Because this kid is a colossal idiot. The sound that he hears, if he thinks that is a mouse, wow. It's obviously not a mouse. I mean, it is extremely, extremely loud. But he gets all pissed off and does, decides the best course of action is to pick up a fire poker and destroy his floor. That'll show those crazy mice. That'll get them to shut up. Let me just go berserk, ballistic, and just start bashing the floor of my own house. And he starts just swinging away. Bash, 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 bash. And opens up this hole. And he's staring down at the hole, looking for the mice. I don't know. When all of a sudden, oh no, an eyeball appears. Jump scare moment. Then we cut back to to fake Legolas in the tunnel, and oh no, a dangerous creature. Time to run. Remember earlier he said when Side Chick says to him, "You don't know what's down there," implying that if he goes down there, there's something dangerous down there. That and he was probably gonna die, and then he makes that stupid line, "That is why I must go," because he wants to be killed, I guess. Now we cut back to him, and oh no, all we see is like a claw, and some shadows, and he just immediately gets scared and starts running away. It's like, dude, what did you expect? I mean, you obviously knew that there was something dangerous down there. What did you expect? I mean, the whole storyline is just stupid. So he goes scurrying down the passageway, and comes to a section that's really, really narrow, and he crawls through. And obviously, whatever's down there dug this tunnel, so they would be much better at getting through the tunnel than he is. And they show shots where the camera's like following him and getting closer and closer and closer. And then he gets to the little narrow section. Somehow he's able to crawl through it before whatever's behind him catches up to him. Falls down into this water, swims through it. Oh no, he loses his light. And then he backs up against these roots, holding his dagger, just looking at the water, waiting. Whatever was following him is definitely going to pop out at any moment. No, of course not. You see hands in the reeds behind him, or in the roots behind him, and they reach out and snatch him, and that's all we see. So he gets captured. Whoop-de-doo. Again, I don't care. Even though he's one of the more competently acted characters in this show, they give me no reason to actually care about him, or Side Chick, or the son, or any of the hobbits, or any of the characters. The only one that I halfway like is Disa. Everyone else, there's no reason to root for these characters whatsoever. It's so boring. You just don't care. All right, so then we cut back to Side Chick. She enters her house, and it's in shambles. It makes no sense, honestly. So last we saw there. And there's a giant hole in the ground, or in the floorboards of the house. Last we saw, the kid was he bashed a smaller hole, and just big enough for you to see the like left side of an orc's face, the eye, pretty much. That's the last we see of the house. But when she gets there, there's a giant hole in the floor, and it's completely ransacked, right? And let me tell you, I'll tell you why this doesn't make sense in a second. So, she finds her son hiding in a crawl space, and he screams, "Go get help!" Right? So she hears something scurrying in the passageway in the hole under the house. So she looks at the door, and she runs to the door. She stops, turns around, looks at the place where her son is hiding, and then comes back and hides in a closet. Okay. Mind you, there's more than enough time for her to open the crawl space door, grab her son by the hand, and both of them run out. But no, instead, she runs to the door, turns around, sees the son and then hides in a closet. I mean, So back to why this whole thing doesn't make sense. The show wants us to believe that after the kid broke the little hole in the floor, sees the orc eye, gets spooked, he goes and hides in the crawl space. Meanwhile, the orc breaks through the floor and ransacks the house looking for the kid, doesn't find the kid, so just jumps back down the hole. The orcs are using these tunnels to gain the element of surprise, right? That's why they dig these tunnels, so they can capture these people without them knowing. That's the whole point. So this orc breaks through the floor, ransacks it because he sees the kid, apparently, in the hole, right? So he breaks through the floor, completely gives up the element of surprise by ransacking the house, doesn't find the kid. So again, that would give up the element of surprise because the kid would be able to go and tell, all the people, and instead decides to jump back down the hole. And he obviously went not only down the hole, but further down the tunnel. Because when Side Chick is deciding whether or not to run out the door, and she hears the scurrying in the hole, and they cut to a shot where the orc is scurrying back, coming back from down the passageway. Makes no sense. No sense whatsoever. All right, let's keep on rolling here. Yeah, instead, she hides in the closet. Total horror movie vibes. I don't think this show can decide what it wants to be because it keeps switching. The style of the show keeps switching over and over and over and over and over again. At one point, it's a drama. At one point, it's a love story. At one point, it's a comedy. At one point, it's a horror movie. It's like they have no flow. There is no consistent style. And again, it's very it's stupid, badly written, boring, and none of the characters are really compelling at all. So, the orc reappears and starts searching the house again. I guess apparently it heard the mom come in, I guess. I don't know. But, so, I guess maybe it was late. It had to go, it had to go and have lunch first. It was like, oh, crap, I can't finish, I can't keep searching for this kid. It's lunchtime. So he had to jump back down the hole and go have lunch. And now his lunch break was over. So now he can come back and continue searching. And it just so happens to be at the exact time that the mom returns home and he hears. So he pops back up through the hole and starts going through and ransacking the house even more, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, she's hiding in the cupboard, and of course, the orc finds her, so, rips open the cabinet door. Oh no, she's going to be torn to shreds by the orc, but thankfully, Side Chick's son jumps out of his hiding place and stabs the orc in the back. And the orc whips around and scratches the kid, injuring the kid. And this orc is, like, completely overpowered. So they yell, "Oh, we got to get out of here! Run for the door, quick!" Right? And so this orc, with one hand, just like completely yeets this giant table, like tosses it like it's a feather, and it crashes and blocks the door so they can't escape. I mean, completely overpowered. So Side Chick throws a bottle of red stuff in the orc's face, I guess to blind him. So the orc does the perfectly logical thing in order to, get rid of crud in your eye. Perfectly logical solution to that problem is to take off your helmet. That would, totally solve the problem of getting a foreign substance in your eye. So yeah, takes off his helmet, and immediately he can see again. It's so stupid. Then we get another example of how OP this orc is, and how they're deliberately portraying this orc to be like way stronger than orcs actually are. So he after being blinded pretty much by the chick, by the healer lady, he ignores her and turns his attention back to the kid, who runs up these stairs to a loft area, and this orc just swings down and obliterates like 3 or 4 stairs. Just one smash, just turns them all into splinters. So yeah, way hugely OP orc. And as he's focusing on the kid, he completely ignores the woman who just threw powder in his face. So while he's focusing on the kid, the healer lady grabs a long bladed thing, just that I guess happened to be there on the floor. It looks like kind of like a hand scythe, and she charges and just runs and stabs the orc in the back. And I was thinking to myself, why would the town healer have a hand scythe? Right? I mean, yes, she uses plants, herbs, that kind of thing in medicine, but she wouldn't need a hand scythe to harvest those plants. They would be, harvested much more delicately. So why does she have such a tool? Second question was, and why is she keeping this tool inside her house? Like, it's not like this thing was used to cut bread or something. I mean, it made no sense to me whatsoever. So yeah, after the orc gets stabbed in the back. She's still holding on to the handle of the hand scythe, and the orc whips around. Yet she gets he literally turns, right? So the force would pull her. So if we're watching it, she would be pulled. She would be thrown to her right, because as the orc turns, she's holding on to it. The momentum of his turn and how powerful he is, because it obviously, again, this is another thing where it shows how powerful he is. Instead of being thrown against the right wall, she gets thrown straight back against the wall. It's not how physics works, but okay, whatever. And luckily, I mean, it was extremely lucky when the orc turned. The hand scythe, the handle of the hand scythe, gets hooked on on the stairs. Just gets hooked on the stairs. But somehow, this OP orc was powerful enough to yeet a table across the room, smash a bunch of wooden stairs to pieces, but he isn't strong enough to break free of the hand scythe that is stuck on the stairs? Makes no sense whatsoever. But thankfully he got stuck. It was very, very lucky. Because this allows the kid to perfectly lasso the orc. Remember, he's up in the loft area. Perfectly lasso the orc. Remember, this kid is the son of a healer. How he knows how to perfectly lasso this orc, I mean, it's like perfect, right around the neck, first try, perfectly lassos the orc around the neck, leaps down holding the rope, and starts to hang the orc. And then, oh no, the rope breaks. Now remember, up until this point, this orc has been like super gung-ho trying to kill these people, right? Well, now, for some reason, he just stares menacingly at the kid and just starts to slowly crawl. Completely ignoring side chick, right? Completely ignoring the healer. So yeah, it just menacingly, slowly crawling towards the kid. And somehow the healer lady finds yet another massive bladed weapon. She just pulls it out of her butt, I guess, screams, and starts to charge at the orc. Now, how does this orc... Oh, I hear you. How does this orc respond to this woman screaming and charging at him with a giant blade? Does he attempt to dodge? Does he do anything? No. Instead, he slowly turns his head and just looks at her as she runs from across the room with this giant blade straight at him, screaming. He just sits there, turns his head and looks at her, and boom, chops his head off. No sense. Complete nonsense, the entire fight scene. And it was all done so that we can cut back to side chick in the village bar, slamming down the severed orc head onto the counter and say, boom, what do you think now? I was totally right. You were all wrong. You should have listened to me. I knew what I was talking about. How dare you doubt that I knew exactly what I was talking about. That was the only reason this whole thing was done. And it was so convoluted, so stupid. Oh, it was just... Alright. Here. I hear ya. Yep, come on in. Oh! Oh! No! No! You jerk! I was trying to take care of the spider and you sneak up behind me? Alright, here, buddy, come on in. Oh! There we got him. Okay. We got him. Yeah, so just absolutely ridiculous. Makes no sense. Total trash writing. Just like, come on, guys. You spent $1 billion. It's like $58 million on each episode. You think you maybe could have sprung a little cash for some competent writing? Is that too much to ask? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, so she slams it down. We make for the Elven Tower at first light. And turns around and walks away like a boss. It's kind of ridiculous. It's very, very ridiculous. Now we cut back to Galadriel, Warrior Princess, and Sauron, not Sauron, on a tiny raft in a massive storm. Okay? That's important to remember. Keep that in mind. So they're getting tossed around in this storm. Galadriel lashes herself to the mast, and lightning strikes the raft. She falls into the water. Unfortunately, this is not how lightning works, because it literally strikes the bottom of the mast. And if anybody knows anything about lightning, that is not how it works. It actually would strike the highest point in that area, which would either be Galadriel, or I think the mast actually was a little higher than her, so it would have probably struck the top of the mast, not the bottom of the mast. Doesn't make any sense, but regardless, that's what we got. So, yeah, she flies, and gets, the mast breaks, and it gets thrown off the raft, still lashed to the mast. We get a sense, or we get a scene of Galadriel being tied to this mast, and being pulled down to the bottom of the ocean, just being pulled down. And again, this is another scene. It makes no sense. Again, they do not know the concept of buoyancy. They do not know what that. I mean, we're going back to the whole stone analogy. It's just, why does the stone not float? Okay, or why does the boat float and the stone does not? Buoyancy. So we get a picture of this pulley, right? And the vast majority of this pulley is clearly made out of wood. There's one little strip in the center that is made out of metal, right? But everything else on this pulley is made out of wood. And Galadriel is lashed to a gigantic piece of wood. Well, news for you, writers. Wood floats. It's very buoyant. It floats. Yet they're depicting it like this wooden pulley with a little strip of metal on it is acting like a gigantic anchor made completely out of steel. And because she is being pulled fast, really, really fast, down into the ocean, down into the water. And we cut back to Halbrand on the boat, and you can actually see he's looking at the rope, and you can see how fast this rope is being pulled off the raft. And he just sits there, stares at it, deciding whether or not to take action. It's actually really, really stupid, because once she gets dragged down far enough. Oh, hey Arlene, you came to say hi. Hi. So yeah, eventually, Halbrand's just standing there looking at the rope. Oh, Tom, here, buddy. That was, you just ran right off the edge there, bud. Kind of silly. Oh, Tom. Come on out. Hello. So, yeah, he's just sitting there watching this rope disappear, and he actually waits for the rope to be completely pulled off the raft before he decides to help Galadriel. Another thing that makes absolutely no sense, because we cut back to Galadriel. Oh no, she's been in the water for getting pulled deeper and deeper and deeper by the wooden pulley and the wooden mast that would obviously float, would not sink like an anchor, but whatever. And the rope has vanished from the raft, yet somehow Halbrand jumps in the water, and it's not like immediately, like once the rope is gone from the raft, he immediately jumps after it. No, it's a few seconds later. That rope would be impossible to see. It would be impossible to find. Even if he jumped in there is no way that he would be able to find that rope. But somehow he does. He jumps in. They don't show him jumping in. They just show him, they cut back to him, and he's using the rope and pulling himself down the rope, trying to get down to Galadriel. Yeah, totally nonsensical. Does not make sense at all. But he pulls himself down the rope. He gets to Galadriel, starts fiddling with the rope, and then notices the dagger, and finally cuts the dagger. Now keep in mind, this entire time, Galadriel, warrior princess, is completely unconscious. She's out. Completely unconscious. So she cuts, Halbrand cuts the rope, and they pop up, and immediately Galadriel wakes up. Immediately, as soon as she hits the surface, she regains consciousness. And I was like, oh, come on. Not only do they surface, and Galadriel immediately wakes back up, but they surface right next to their tiny, tiny raft in the middle of a massive storm. It is utter stupidity. If Galadriel had fallen off and Halbrand had jumped in after her, he doesn't have a guide rope, right? He doesn't have anything that would lead him back to that raft. If he did that, that raft would be gone. They would never see that raft ever again. Yet, for coincidence or convenience sake, when he saves Galadriel, they pop up literally like 5 feet from the raft. It is utter nonsense. Just absolute, complete nonsense. All right. Cut back to Meteor Man, fake Gandalf. And female Frodo, saying to him, I thought I could help you, but I don't think I can help you. And she makes a comment saying, everything's gone 3 rabbits to the moon. And I was just like, what the hell does that even mean? If you're going to use an analogy, it should make sense for the person. It should make some kind of sense, Like, for instance, the saying, things have gone tits up. You can kind of understand what that means just by the context of the actual phrase. Everything's gone 3 rabbits to the moon? I have no idea what that means. I mean, from the context of what she's been saying previously, I guess it's supposed to mean that everything has gone wrong. That's why I use the, everything's gone tits up reference. That's what she's trying to say, but the actual phrase itself means nothing. There is nothing to indicate that that's what that phrase actually means. Nothing at all. It's just complete nonsense. So then we see they're holding lanterns, and they say, they're fireflies. We use fireflies for light. And this next scene, guys, it was... So the fake Gandalf makes the fake female Sam is holding a lantern, and it starts shaking, and actually you could actually see her. She is moving her arm and making it shake, but they're trying to make it look like fake Gandalf is causing the lantern. He wants the fireflies inside, right? So yeah, the lantern drops, it breaks, the fireflies fly out, and hold on a second, guys. Again, just an on-the-nose reference to Gandalf. The Meteor Man, fake Gandalf, reaches out and kind of snatches one of these fireflies in his hand, and he starts whispering to the firefly, and then he releases it, and the firefly flies up to the sky, and he grabs another one, starts whispering, lets it go, and it flies up to the sky, and he does this over and over again, and they're just all staring in wonder, and I was just waiting for one of the hobbits to scream out, "The eagles are coming! The eagles are coming!" It was so obvious what they were doing. Remember back to the Lord of the Rings trilogy, first when Gandalf is tracked held captive on Orthanc, and the moth comes flying, and he snatches it and starts whispering to it and lets it go. And that's his way of contacting Gwaihir, the king of the eagles, to come and rescue him. It was exactly the same thing. It was ridiculous. But the fireflies fly up and make a constellation in the sky, and female Frodo's like, "Oh, I know how I can help you now. You need our help to help you find this constellation. Blah blah blah. I don't care. This is boring." And then all of a sudden, the fireflies die, and fake Gandalf turns his head and has this kind of looks like kind of an evilish look on his face. They're trying to make you think that this is Sauron. This is the evil that everyone is looking for, when in actuality it's going to turn out to be a wizard. It's going to be, I still think it's Gandalf. Still think they're trying to make it appear to be Gandalf. Just the all signs point to Gandalf right now, in my humble opinion. All right, so then we cut to Prince Durin talking with King Durin. I will say this. I like the dwarves are my favorite part of this series so far. They're cool. But this makes absolutely no sense. This completely breaks the lore. The name Durin, there is no line of Durin. Or there is, but Durin does not have a son, and that's the next Durin. It doesn't work like that. The dwarves believe that Durin, if Durin dies, Durin will be reincarnated in another dwarf. And they will recognize the new dwarf as they will see his features and mannerisms and all that. And they'll be like, "Oh crap, it's Durin, he's back." There is no direct lineage. A Durin does not give birth to another Durin. That's not how it works. Completely breaks the lore. Putting that aside, though, King Durin is actually a competently written character. The analogies he uses actually make sense for a dwarven character. What he says is cool. This actor, one of the better acted parts. The dialogue, this scene is competently written. However, there is a literal mystery box inside this mystery box of a show. So this entire show is one giant mystery. Who's Meteor Man? Mystery. Ooh, what's down the hole? Mystery. Ooh, what happened to the villagers? Mystery. Where is Sauron? Mystery. That's the entire show. And they literally put a mystery box, a literal box of mystery, a box containing some mysterious thing inside the Mystery Box TV show. It was absolutely ridiculous, and hate to spoil it for you guys. If you want to know what's in the box, much like, as Brad Pitt would say, "What's in the box?" It's not a severed head. It's not the Arkenstone. It's not a Silmaril. It's Mithril. I'm gonna spoil it for you right now. Guarantee it's Mithril. Mystery solved. But we cut back to Side Chick's son. He's packing for the journey. Of course, he has to take his broken sword. So he picks it up and he looks at it. And remember, he's holding it up, right? Holding it up, and the sword draws blood up his hand and into the hilt. At least they kind of, because the kid did get scratched by the orc, so there was a wound on that arm. But this sword hilt, I guess, senses the blood, and it just starts drawing it up his arm and up his hand and into the sword, and it starts to reforge itself from the blood. I guess because magic, I don't know, and honestly, I don't care. Honestly, guys, I don't care. There is nothing compelling about this story at all. Oh, it's so boring. So boring. Yeah. begins to reforge itself, and then side chick hollers back to the kid, says, all right, kid, time to go. And he's like, coming. And the villagers head out. That's where we leave them. Then we cut back to Guy Ladriel, Warrior Princess, on the raft. And Sauron, not Sauron. They're kind of just laying there next to each other. It looks like they've been drifting for a while. It's daytime again. And just, again, remember, they're in the middle of the ocean. Middle of the ocean. Oh, I'm supposed to go down here. Hello. Come say hi. Whee! You go flying. Hello. Yeah, you doing okay there, bud? Can't get by that little bit of cloth right there. Oh, there you go. Good job, buddy. Good job. So yeah, they've been drifting for a while. Remember, they're out in the middle of the ocean. But just by happenstance, what a coinkydink, they happen across a boat. And they're saved. Hooray! We don't actually see them get saved. They just, coincidentally, this boat stumbles across a tiny, tiny raft in the middle of the ocean. So not only did Galadriel decide to commit suicide, jump off a boat into the middle... Oh, okay. Guys, stop it. Please stop. Leave me alone. Decides to commit suicide by jumping off her boat into the middle of the ocean and swimming back to Middle-earth. She just happens, in the middle of the ocean, to stumble upon a raft. So she pulled onto the raft. She's saved there. Then the raft, they magically, she falls off the raft. Magically, her raft, when they reappear or emerge from the ocean, or kind of resurface from the ocean, magically the raft is right there, right next to him. What another awesome coincidence. And then again, while drifting at sea in the middle of the ocean, their tiny, tiny raft just coincidentally gets found by a boat, and yay, they're saved. And that's where the episode ends. Ooh, more. Oh, yeah, more vulture baseball. Okay. Guys, no, don't come running up on me, you jerks. All right. Quest done. Let's head back, turn this in, and we'll wrap this up. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Completed the quest. Whee! Down we go. Parkour. Gotta love parkour. So there we go, guys. That was the end of Rings of Power Episode 2. It was trash. It was garbage. I do not care about any of the characters. The story is awful. The dialogue is awful. It is not Tolkien in any way, shape, or form. Just a total bastardization of the lore. Just awful. Awful, awful, awful. And boring. So incredibly boring. Just, oh, man. So, I mean, again, like I said, it was so boring. I could not make it through the second episode in one go. It took me hours because I had to continually pause, go do something to, get over the boredom. It was so bad. Ugh. Yeah. Utter nonsense and garbage. Hey, Jen, how you doing?
Good job.
Thank
I knew
you.
You could do it.
Give me that, and I will take, give me more painkillers. Give me more drugs. I'm going to need them after watching this crappy TV show. So, yes, guys, that is it. I gave the show a chance, and it is utter garbage. It is trash. The lore, they destroy the lore, but even setting that aside, just analyzing it from just a regular lore perspective, or a regular TV show perspective, it just as a standalone TV show, it is awful. It is absolutely awful. So anyway, yeah, any way you look at it, any way you slice it, it's a failure. Yes, there are some pretty scenes, but, you know, a couple of pretty scenes here or there does not make a good show. Not how it works. Sorry. As I stated last time, it's extremely disappointing. Extremely disappointing. Because I'm such a big fan of the original works. And I think the thing that annoys me the most is for like 6 to 8 months as they're hyping up this show, they were telling us, oh, anytime we, like, even back at the Comic-Con, if you watch the Comic-Con interviews, the panels that they did, the showrunners literally said that anytime they had questions, or anytime they were stuck, or anytime they had misgivings about what the direction they were going, the answer was always the same. We went back to the books. Back to the books. Back to the books. Back to the books. And then they released this show. And that's what they were saying this entire time. Oh, they honored Tolkien. They were sticking with it. And then they released the show, and everything they told us about the show in the lead up to the show was an absolute lie. They flat out lied and said that they went back to the book, back to the book, back to the book. Yeah, they went back to the book, ripped up the book, ripped all the pages out of the book, ripped the pages into tiny, tiny pieces, and then they ate those pages of the book. They waited around until they had to do their business. They did their business, crapped out the pages of the book, picked up that crap, lit the crap on fire, and threw it into a dumpster. That is how they went back to the book, by watching this show. It is, and I think that's what bugs me the most, is that Amazon flat out lied to everyone in the lead up to this show. Terrible writing, terrible characters, unlikable. Not a single one of them is compelling, save for maybe Disa. She seems, she's the most likable of the unlikable, but everyone else is awful. The main character, Galadriel, is probably the most unlikable character. It never bodes well for a show when your main character is the least likable character in the show. So, again, heartbroken, massively disappointed, and I am officially done with this show. I'm done. I gave it a chance. It's crap. That's that. So I am not going to be reviewing any more episodes of Rings of Power. Probably will not be watching any more of the episodes of Rings of Power. There is nothing that compels me, nothing compelling about this show at all that makes me want to see the next episode. I will say, however, I am excited for House of Dragon. That show, House of the Dragon, actually, so far it's surprising me. After the disaster that was Game of Thrones and how that ended, it started off, it was like it was awesome. I have read most of the books in that series as well. I have not read Fire and Blood, which that's what House of the Dragon is based off of, so I don't know the lore behind that show. But I was a huge Game of Thrones fan, and we were completely burned. The last season especially, but even season 6, I think season 1 through maybe 5 were pretty awesome. And then after that, it really went downhill. They burned us. I mean, Game of Thrones, that series really burned us. It was awful how it ended. And even the last few seasons were awful. But season 8 was just atrocious. So when I heard about House of the Dragon, I was like, I don't know. Game of Thrones spinoff. Are they going to spin off from, the same crap that they left us with? So I was not really too optimistic about that show. But I gave it a chance. And it's actually, so far, quite good. It's actually really good. It's very well written. The characters are drawing me in. They're compelling. And I'm really excited to see, I wouldn't say excited. I am interested. I'm still leery because the show could fall off the cliff at any moment. But, considering what happened at the end of the original Game of Thrones, you kind of gotta be a little leery. So I'm not at the point where I'm gonna say, oh, you've got to go out and watch this. It's awesome. It's excellent. I feel so far it's pretty darn good. There are some parts of it that are like, okay, that's kind of stupid. But as a whole, taking the show as a whole, the characters are compelling. The dialogue it actually makes sense. There is no wasted, even though it's a little slow. I can't think in my mind. I can't think of a single scene that could be or should be cut from the show. Every scene has a purpose, sometimes multiple purposes. Every scene will furthers the character, gives you more information, gives you, furthers the plot. There's a reason for every single scene, even though, yes, in the beginning, it is a little slow in the beginning, but everything, it just makes sense, right? It makes sense. So I'm enjoying it so far. So I would say, if you guys are looking for a fantasy series to watch, check out House of the Dragon. It is much, much better than Rings of Power. Rings of Power is trash. But I'm holding out hope that House of the Dragon is going to continue to be awesome and won't fall off a cliff like Game of Thrones did. So, but yes, as I said, I am done with Rings of Power. Gave it a chance. It is trash. Not going to waste my time on that show again. It is crap. All right, let me get back into chat. See, I know I missed a little bit of chat here. So, do you think they will drop a letter opener in the background and we get our first glimpse of Sting? Wouldn't put it past him, Kelly. Wouldn't put it past him. They're not going to tell the story of why the Eagles help him. Yeah, they try. So they say they can't reference, or they're not trying to reference or tie Rings of Power to the original trilogies, but they do it all the time. The Fireflies, the reference is just one. The part where Gandalf, seems to grow in size and uses the deep voice, and the shadows start to climb, and I mean, it's like there is so much in this show that even though they say they're not doing it, they are absolutely totally trying to give you member berries from the Lord of the Rings trilogy, the original trilogy. They are absolutely doing that. Rings of Pasta might be a better show. Yes, absolutely. House of Dragon is supposed to be good, actually. Yeah, it is. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm actually looking forward to Sunday so I can watch the next episode. Excuse me. Oop, need a drink. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Episode 3 was actually it was really good. Really, really good. Probably my favorite out of the first 3 episodes was episode 3. Really, really good. Again, there's a couple parts that didn't make much sense. I don't want to give any spoilers for that, just in case you guys want to go back and watch it. But I will say that the boar scene, I kind of rolled my eyes at a little bit because it didn't make sense. That's all I'm going to say. But generally speaking, throughout the entire show, it was very well done. Very well done. The writing it's night and day, the writing. So, yeah. I'm enjoying it. If you would have told me 5 years ago a Game of Thrones prequel would be better done than a Lord of the Rings prequel, I would have said you are off your nut. Absolutely, 100% agree, Schneidi. Yes, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. But that's where we are, guys. All right, so I think I'm going to start wrapping things up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again. I know this is outside of the realm of stuff I usually do here on Savin's World. This will be my last Rings of Power review. I'm done with that shit. I don't care to watch any more of it. So we're done with that. Next week we're gonna get back to regular conversations. We're going to be talking about the water update. We're also going to be talking about how you guys feel about Alpha 21 so far, what we've seen, and all that fun stuff. It'll be another relaxed, chill stream, but I should be able to be a little bit more active than I am. Excuse me, doing these reviews for the past couple of weeks. A lot of times I'm just standing here, but should be able to incorporate some more zombie jerk slaying in next week. So we'll get back to our normal normal streams, and should be a good time. And again, like I say, thank you very much for allowing me to rant. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, have been since I was very young. I've read all of the books multiple times, and I was heartbroken by what they have done to the world, to Arda, to the world that Tolkien created. So, yeah, it is what it is. We're gonna leave it there, guys. But it was important. It was cathartic. It's cathartic for me to talk about this and get it all out and off my chest, because oh man, so heartbroken. If you missed any of the live stream, the replay will be posted on Savins World Live, probably on Sunday is when that will be published. Always takes a couple days to get it transferred over and processed properly. As I said, next week on Saturday, tomorrow, I'm wrapping up the Infected series. We're going to have the season finale of the Infected tomorrow. On Monday, I will have the season finale of the Strength Only Challenge. And then Wednesday, I have a special video that was actually inspired by Kelly and Shannon. So thank you, Kelly and Shannon, for the idea. One of your ideas is actually going to be coming to life on Wednesday. So be on the lookout for that. And when you guys watch it, give Kelly and Shannon a shout out and a thank you for the recommendation, because I just think it was such an awesome idea that I wanted to go ahead and get it done. So that will be coming. And then again, next week, back to slaying zombie jerks and talking about stuff that we normally talk about. And you guys won't have to sit there and listen to me rant about a crappy TV show for 3 hours. So yes, that's where we're heading, guys. We're getting back to normal. So I want to say thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for allowing me to vent. Thank you for allowing me to rant. Thank you for putting up with my nonsense. I really do appreciate it. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate every single one of you. But for now, this is Savin saying thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me in Savin's World. And remember, we still have the books, guys. This show is crap. We have the books. We still have the books. Go out and, if you don't own them, go out and buy yourself a copy of the books. Get the original Rings or Lord of the Rings trilogy and the extended edition. Give those a watch. You will not regret it. But if you decide to buy the books, don't buy them from Amazon. Don't give that company a single penny of your money. They should be ashamed of themselves for what they've done to the works of Tolkien. But they don't care. They don't care. They're a giant corporation. Jeff Bezos doesn't give a damn. Guarantee you that. Anyway, I'm rambling again. It's time to go. Thank you all again for joining me. And we will see you next time. Have a great weekend, everyone.